Okay.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It is I, it is he, it is me, P-double-D-E, Tepwa, in the place to be reviews, right here with all of yous. L'chaim, my people, even the Orthodox Jews. It is my 500 subscriber celebration. Mazel tov. The Fandom Menace People's Champion, the most electrifying man in the Fandom Menace, here with you Wednesday going rogue. And boy, do I have a great panel tonight for you. We've got a lot in store. Let me introduce to you the players on this tour. Here is my co-host first, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Tone Deaf.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the world's wokest warrior, primitive-sided, toxic fanboy aligned with the like-minded. Tony Tone Deaf rocking with you. Wednesday night, here the place to be reviews. What's up, everybody out there in the chat? Everyone on the panel. It's my pleasure as always. And man, it seems like just yesterday you were at 496.
I think it maybe was yesterday. I'm not sure. Oh, hell, Tony, thanks for coming out again tonight, man. Thank you for being part of the channel. I do appreciate it. And speaking of being part of the channel, ladies and gentlemen, this next man needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Don of 2 Cents Toys. All hail Salvador.
Hello.
Say it. Say it.
I don't wanna.
Listen. Say it now, damn it.
And salutations.
There we go. How you doing, brother? Thank you for joining.
Well, it's nice that you introduced me because even though I've been around for like 3 years, apparently there's still people who don't fucking know me but claim to, be like authorities on these types of topics. So, probably be in their best interest to learn who the fuck I am. But what do I know?
He swings low and he swings chrome, so it hurts when it hits you in the forehead. It's going to leave a stamp. And ladies and gentlemen, next on the panel, allow me to introduce my man making his return, Culture Casino.
Ooh, well, hello, and mazel bro on 500, my friend.
Thank you, sir. One half of the hair to menace I should add in that long flowing mane he's got.
There you go.
There we go. He gave me a hair flip. And next, making his return to the program, ladies and gentlemen, let me play this clip. He'll be right here, right now. Here he is. Nerdy Blurb TV. God damn it.
Yes! That was awesome, by the way. That was great. Dude, it's so great to be here. The Storm and Mormon is back, everybody.
I love it. The Storm and Mormon. That's so fucking great. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back, sir.
Happy to be here.
Man, it is great. We've got a great panel, man. We've got a lot of topics. I've got the chat bumping right now. We got Phoenix Animation. Hail to you, sir. Keely Chow, Wendy Vega, Nano Reapers in here. Runner. Hey, Runner. Small Time. Thank you all. Akuma the Legend. Gaming Vulture. Your envelope will be mailed out tomorrow, sir. Thank you so much. You guys rock. Thank you everybody for helping me get here. Like I said, cheers to that culture. We're on camera now, brother. Cheers.
Oh, I downed mine, bro. I'm out. I gotta go get more.
Mama son, the boss bring you a refill.
That's right.
It is great, man. 500. It seriously, it doesn't even seem like yesterday I was doing my first video on a cell phone camera in the inside my truck when I was going to pick up pizza. I'm like talking about the Rise of Skywalker trailer, and here we are almost 2 years later. It started with a podcast on Anchor FM and me sitting here talking into my phone, and it's evolved into this. And I met a lot of great people, and it's like I said, it's not a huge accomplishment, but it's big enough for me to celebrate a little bit and be like, damn, this is its work, man. People don't understand what goes into not only running a channel but producing videos. And it's like, I tell people this, what do you do? Well, I said I YouTube, and they're like, oh, so you just turn your camera on and talk? I'm like, I wish that it was that easy. I'm like, I really do, because that would be if production time wasn't involved, then it would be so easy to be a YouTuber. But there is prep work. I mean, it is, yeah.
For some, it is that easy. They just turn on the camera and go, and it shows.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, brother. But that's it. The cream always rises, man. And I feel like I've been around, and I have truly wined and dined with kings, baby, like Dusty Rhodes, the American dream. No, it's fun, man. It is. This community is great, and that's why I stream so much, and it's try to entertain you guys, and bring different guests on, and the ones you guys like and respond to, bring back, and just have a good time, man, and mix and match the panel. Like tonight, Nerdy and Culture have never streamed together before. Nope. So, and like I said, I always tell this story, and it was funny. The first time Nerdy Blurb came on, he's like, oh shit, everybody on this channel is Fandom Menace. Am I going to get attacked? We're like, no, we're just going to talk and have a good fucking night, bro.
That's right. So let it be shown that it's not just the chat that doesn't like you. I don't like you either, if you haven't been back on the show.
That's it. Sal is like Sal's like
I'm called the Don for a reason.
He's the Don. It's like it's my channel. He's like, they're not coming back on. I'm like, yes, Sal. And it's been funny too, because there's been pairings of guests that I've had on, and it's like, oh shit, like I can't do that again. And oh look, it's Fat Steven Seagal. Well, what did he's not happy with me. I'm gonna bring you on a Friday night show, Fat Steven Seagal. You're gonna come on a Friday night show, and I want you to bring that face rig app and have one of those Canadians.
Dude, Fat Steven Seagal is awesome. If you guys had a chance to see my video today, he and I did an hour. I had to cut it down on WandaVision, the first 2 episodes, because we broke down all the billion of Easter eggs that were in there. Yeah. We didn't even get half of them done. It was amazing. Dude is on point with his Marvel knowledge. It's amazing. He's great.
The name alone.
Yeah. That show is. I loved how stylized it was, and they shot it on analog to give it that look, that graininess, and it was still clear, but it came across well. I know, man. I know. I'm sorry, Fat Steven Seagal. I'm sorry. I will book you for a Friday night appearance. All right. This is gonna sound stupid, but me and Tony are booked out through the 5th of February for Friday night guests right now, and we've got speaking of that, real quick for Friday night, we have Indiegogo comic creator Greg Levitri of Gun Demon coming on this week. Vinny Tartamella will be coming on next week. We'll be talking about his book. And the week after that, I have a really good friend of mine from the big shout out to the Fandom Collective, Fallon, Millennial Me.
Oh, yeah.
Fallon and the Boomer and her dad.
Yeah.
He is so cool.
Yeah.
He subscribed and he started following me, and I was interacting with him in the chat of her live stream when they were talking about WandaVision the other night. And I'm like, I want you and your dad to come on. Fallon's been on a handful of times, if not more. And I was like, I want you to bring your dad on. He's hilarious. So we've got that going on. They're going to be on February 5th. So Steven Seagal, I will book you for the week after. I have a whiteboard in my room now that I'm scheduling things on. So I have it written. I'm organized. It's all good.
ETEP, it only gets worse, bro. It only gets worse.
And that's it, man. Because I'm like, okay, so I have to book guests for Mondays. I book guests for Wednesdays. And it's like Fridays is like easy because it's myself, Tony, and Commander Cody from Goober Brothers. And then we have one guest. We just added Cody as a third host, another co-host on the show. I'm like, he's a great kid. he's going to work on a new like paranormal channel. So I kind of put him in touch with Flipped Out, and I want to get him with Enter the Unfamiliar.
Yeah, FDS, man.
Yep, because I want to get FDS on. I was watching his video earlier about the aliens out in Malibu and the spaceships and stuff like that. I was like, that was so fucking cool. I'm like, I really want to talk to him about that.
Who just started up that channel?
Which one?
The paranormal channel.
Well, Cody's getting ready to start a new paranormal channel. He's putting stuff together. He's got to get an intro made. And I told him, I said, I know a couple guys who do intros. So I said, both these guys, Culture and Nerdy Blurb, do intros.
Yeah. What's the? It's not made, right? The channel?
No, he hasn't made it. He's still under the Goober Brothers Entertainment one. He hasn't rebranded yet. But no,
okay.
The one that's now is the Enter the Unfamiliar. He used to be Final Death Star, and him and Flipped Out do a live stream on Sunday nights together at 10, which I listen to religiously on Sundays while I'm playing Madden usually.
Orale, Latino Slant.
Oh, Paulie's in the chat.
Yeah,
hey, what's up, man? I gotta get Paulie's another one. See, that's the thing, is like I gotta get Paulie back on too. He hasn't been on in a while, and he's a great dude. I love Paulie to death. 500 Orale, arriba la raza. I can roll my R's. See that? Not bad for a heeb. Not bad for a heeb. But let's break into the first topic here. We're gonna get into the smokinggun.com and do some holy shit news. So here we go. The first one on the list, the first headline we have tonight: cops, couple tangled over testicle jibe. Man, 46, busted for domestic violence against his husband. Okay, so we have a little domestic dispute here, right? Two husbands. Now this is almost as funny to me as what was it, the WNBA player, the two big lesbians that got into it, because they're both like 6'7". So I mean, but this guy, I mean, look at this cat. Cops see, look, man, 46 busted on domestic violence rap. The dispute started with an impolitic remark about a lone testicle, records show. Curtis McCoy, 46, and his husband of 10 years got into an argument late Sunday evening that, quote, escalated since they have been drinking alcohol, according to the South Carolina police. The couple, who live in Myrtle Beach, were arguing when McCoy allegedly brought up how the victim only has one testicle, which caused the victim to get upset. As the dispute continued, the victim pointed his finger at McCoy and yelled back at his spouse, the cops say. McCoy allegedly grabbed his husband's finger and twisted it, causing him pain. After initially denying this to police that he had touched his spouse, McCoy reportedly said, I only grabbed his finger and twisted it when he pointed it at me. He added that the couple learned their lesson from last time they both got arrested for domestic violence. Seen above, McCoy was arrested for domestic violence and booked into the local jail on the misdemeanor count. He was released from custody yesterday after posting a $2,120 personal recognizance bond. McCoy's rap sheet includes convictions for shoplifting, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, larceny, receiving stolen goods, obtaining property under false pretenses.
So an upstanding citizen.
He seems like a nice guy. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Anybody got anything on this one?
I'm just going to say that Myrtle Beach, I've never worked in Myrtle Beach or anything like that. I think I've been there one time. Mm-hmm. I feel like, well, maybe not with COVID and everything, but I feel like their precincts probably have more important things to worry about than a hurt finger. So, maybe handle it at your level instead of wasting the time and the taxpayer dollar.
Yeah, I mean, that changes the whole thought process behind pull my finger. Yeah.
So every time I've asked anybody to pull my finger, it's technically been assault.
Yeah.
Like I mean, or do I have to be,
no. You that was consent.
That was
right?
I gave you consent to twist my finger, to pull my finger. Yeah. That's simple assault, It's
well, actually, technically, the physical act is battery. The threaten to do something is assault.
Yes.
So yeah.
I get. I need my attorney on staff to break this down for me. Yeah. We our legal defense fund here is no bueno. But
no bueno.
No bueno. Let let's get over here to our second headline. Mad woman in mask meltdown at bagel shop. These are always fun. Einstein brothers. Oh, God. Let's see. January 15th, a Florida woman, well, that's not a big surprise, who decided to make an anti-masker stand at an Einstein Brothers bagel shop in Boca Raton, was arrested yesterday for trespassing following a recorded confrontation with police that could serve as a Karen masterclass. You know what? Should we just play the video here? I don't think we'll get in any trouble for that.
No.
Wait, is the audio picking up?
Did you share audio?
I don't think I did. Let me go back and I'll
wow, infinity loop. That was cool.
I know. I'll hit the audio. I did not hit the audio.
I love that. I feel like I'm diving deeper into the matrix.
Deeper and deeper.
Wow.
There we go. All right.
That's what she said.
You?
Here we go.
I will personally. What is your name?
I'll give you my
Take your hands off of me. You don't have the right, sir. Get your hands off of me. I've done nothing wrong. I am not a criminal. Get your hands off of me. Get your hands off of me.
Ma'am.
No.
Ma'am.
That's a violation.
Ma'am.
Take
Ma'am.
your hand off of
Ma'am.
me. Sir.
Don't come behind me.
The Constitution. You need to read the Constitution.
You need to read the Constitution.
Someone missed their morning pill.
How many fucking leopards had to die to make that smock she's wearing?
Well, I've done nothing wrong. I'm asking you to get your hand off of me. I'm asking you to take your hand
Like, this
off
is
of
great.
I've never understood the mindset of like, because law enforcement has always had the right to do this. Like, that's not been a secret. Like, all of a sudden, they're not allowed to touch or say anything. It's really weird to me.
I guess it's the fact that her feelings matter more than the law at this point.
It's kidnapping, she says.
I wonder
Also, if you're going to invoke the Constitution, you really need to hope that you've read it, like I have, because it's not in there.
Yeah, no, it's actually, there's a certain point at which an officer can lay their hands on you. But
right,
I know.
Yeah, but that's interesting. And I was asked in the chat by Michelle Jolan if all this happened on the other side of the track. Since I don't know what county this is, I can't tell you what part of Florida this is from, so I can't answer that question effectively.
Yeah.
But Einstein Bagel Brothers, it's probably not in an area that's on the wrong side of the track, so who knows?
I don't know. I was thinking it seems like when I used to do these stories on the radio, every crime story I got was in Pinellas County.
Oh, Pinellas. Well, Pinellas is
Pinellas, is that what it is?
Pinellas.
I never pronounce it right. Oh, this
well,
it's
a bunch of Indian names. So.
Yeah.
That's so wrong.
Oh my God.
Does it say who's filming? Like, is the person filming with her?
They've got to be.
This is fantastic. That was the best video I've seen today.
That was absolutely wonderful. I'm sure they read her Miranda rights too. You know what I mean? It's like they're not gonna forget that. This is a pretty. I mean, for them, like they were being very gentle with her until she started like physically.
Well, here's the thing. I mean,
being jackbooted thugs.
Well, hey, I mean. These are the stories we don't get to see, right?
Yeah, this is the hard-hitting journalism right here that the smoking gun brings us, and I love it. That was wonderful. The third and final is, "Do as my shirt says, not as I do." Now, I bet you're wondering, kids, what is this? What does this have to do with anything, right? Well. Allow me to share this screen here, because this is another lovely one. Of course, in Smoking Gun. Here he is. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs, okay? A North Dakota man on probation for narcotics possession was wearing a, quote, "Don't do drugs" t-shirt when he was arrested yesterday for methamphetamine possession. What a shocker. I mean, this guy looks a little thick to be a meth head, and I mean, his teeth are somewhat intact. So, I mean, he must have just started on the ice.
Or it could have just been trafficking.
Or maybe it was much bigger than you think.
To his credit, like the artist who makes those shirts. I can't remember his name, but he makes some pretty badass shirts, and they're all kind of like still like the little golden storybook type covered
Yeah.
shirts, and that he makes some pretty cool shirts.
I've actually seen that shirt at like somebody wearing it at work. Like I've actually seen that exact same one.
Did they have a neck tattoo?
Yes.
It's also possible that maybe they took this photo in the wrong dimensions. They put it into a converter, try to make a thumbnail out of it, so it's all stretchy instead.
This is true. It's funny, when I used to work, when I did undercover loss prevention, that was one thing we always joked about, was like, if somebody has a neck tattoo, odds are you should probably follow them. My supervisor's like, we don't exactly condone profiling, but on the other hand, it's exactly what we do. So, like the first person I ever apprehended was, it's like 90 degrees in July, and she shoved ice cream bars in her purse. I'm like, and she had an ankle tether on.
Oh boy,
she was already wearing a tether. I'm like, oh Lord, oh Lord. Oh
Were they
Lord.
at least name brand?
They were the Magnum ice cream bars.
Good.
Those good
for your pleasure.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, she was not bad looking for a white trash ankle wearing Northern Michigan shoplifter. But all things considered, I mean, she was like, like I don't know, like a 4.5, maybe a 5, I'd say. By inmate standards. I mean,
Oh wow,
she wasn't Orange is the New Black quality, but I mean,
no, few are. Few are. No, I look the I guess, but what are? Do you remember what the I don't even know if this is right anymore. Do you remember what the 7 elements of theft are?
It's selection, concealment. All we had to do was we had to witness selection
and maintain visual contact.
Yep. And then failure to offer payment. As soon as they passed the point of sale, that's when we could make our apprehensions.
Yeah.
The funniest thing was a kid in a triple fat goose down coat in August stealing a Fifth of Gentleman Jack after I watched him circle the liquor department like 4 times. He bolted out the door. I let him get a head start. I ran him down and yelled, "Hey!" And he turns around and cocked back with the bottle. And all I did was I was like, "Oh, yes." I'm like, this is going to be fun. And I look at his wrist. He's got a tag on his wrist. I'm like, look like a hospital tag or something. Come to find out the kid was homeless. I got him to give me the bottle, walked him into the store, walked him back into the very back room of the store. He said, "Just promise me you're not going to call the cops." I said, "I promise you I won't call the police. I will not make a phone call." As soon as I walked past the counter, I just gave the person the nod. They called to come down, and it was the same cop that arrested him the last time, and he threw a bottle at the cop. Did the same thing, basically. Threw a bottle, hit him in the face, and the dude had a scar right under his eye. So he was very happy to see this young man again.
Oh, I bet not.
But yeah, so this guy is what's his name here? Ezekiel Robles, 40, was collared following a traffic stop in Williston. A search of his vehicle turned up a baggie containing meth and a spoon with meth residue, according to the probable cause affidavit filed in district court. Charged with narcotics possession.
He picked them up. He thought they were litter. He was going to throw them away.
He was just being a good Samaritan.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at his shirt.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying, don't do drugs, kids. And there you go.
Speaking of profiling.
Yeah. Come on.
It's like me wearing a Dare t-shirt.
Yeah, no. Think about it. This kid was, he's a 5th grade teacher. He one of his students was doing drugs. He confiscated it. He didn't get a chance to throw it away yet. Right.
That was it.
Yeah.
That's it, man. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. He's not guilty.
No.
Oh, hey, look who it is. M. Dastardly's in the chat. Hail, sir. Hail to you, M. Dastardly. What's up, man?
What is up?
He's a good M. Dastardly's another good cat I met over on Machini's channel, man. And Mac, if you haven't subscribed to him yet, throw my boy a subscription. What is he, Culture? 3 subs away from 400.
Yeah. I think he got 1, so he's got two to go. So guys, if you're not subscribed to Machini 90, throw him a sub. He's an incredible artist.
Yes.
I've hired him to do commissions. He's done art for me. I've hired a couple people to do art for me. I believe in supporting the community, so I will hire you if I need something from you. Like I'm going to need ETEP and M Dastardly to come work for me on my movie. So,
dude, yes,
yeah.
yes.
So yeah, when I'm done and after Script Doctor goes over it and tells me how bad I am at script writing, then I'm going to start moving forward with that project. So.
Dude, if you need me for stunt anything, brother, I would be happy to help.
This is a horror Western. It's going to be awesome.
You had my interest. Now you have my attention.
It's going to be awesome.
That is freaking great, brother. Well, I tell you what, folks, that was holy shit news. What we're going to do right meow is I'm going to get this other article queued up. We're going to take a quick break, and we, my friends, will be right back with our next segment. We're going to talk a little Mandalorian, a little Star Wars. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
And living in a van down by the river.
Buckle up, buckaroo.
All right, Jeff. Are you familiar with a TV show called Fear Factor?
Yeah?
Well, today you're going on a long car trip with Joe Rogan.
Ever do it with a stripper? There's some psycho bitches.
Get in, Jeff.
No way. I am not spending an entire afternoon with this polarizing figure. I'm going home.
Jeff, wait! Do you realize what you just did? You stood up to me. Now you're the kind of man Haley wants. Congratulations.
What are you guys, homos?
No.
Oh.
We're over here on Bounding into Comics, ladies and gentlemen, as I share this tab, and we're going to talk about Bill Burr. Now, I want to go around before we start here because I absolutely loved Bill Burr in this show. I think Mayfeld is a great character, a welcome addition. Well, I'll start with you. We'll just go right down the side here. Culture, thoughts on Bill Burr?
He's freaking funny. He's always been funny. He's very funny, but he was perfect in this role. He's a scoundrel. You need scoundrels. Star Wars has scoundrels and villainy. You needed some of them. He's one of them. It's great. He's an anti-hero hero, in my opinion. And he was perfectly cast for the job, in my opinion.
He's definitely funny. Tony, I know you're a Burr fan. Did you like him in The Mandalorian though?
I did. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little jarring at first just to see him in the setting, but I think he handled it well. And I've said this before, I really need to go back and watch The Mandalorian at kind of a slower pace and not through the binge, because I do enjoy when Bill Burr's on the screen, whether it's Star Wars or even just a comedy special. I've been a fan of his for a long time. But yeah, from what I remember, he did a great job. I just, his first appearance, I believe it was in the first season. It's just a little, or maybe it was earlier in the second season. I cannot remember for sure, but it's just a little blurry to me. So I definitely need to go back and rewatch The Mandalorian.
A lot of people complained about his accent, and we're going to touch on that in this article. Sal, I know you're a Mandalorian fan. What are your thoughts on Bill Burr in the show and the role in particular?
I liked it. I thought he played it very well.
Mm-hmm.
As for the accent, I've heard that complained about before, not to jump the gun or anything, but not for nothing. There's tons of accents in The Mandalorian.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ton. And Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, so Boston is a no-go, but British, perfectly understandable, perfectly okay. Roger that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and is it me or is it funny how a lot of the British accents and British actors were always Imperials in the original trilogy?
Of course they are. Yeah, yeah. You were either Imperial or you were based on Coruscant.
Yep.
And that was yeah.
Yes, that was it. Blurb, go ahead, brother. What do you think of Bill Burr?
Never heard of her. No, I've always liked Bill Burr, but I actually knew him for his acting before his comedy. So I'm one of those rare people, I feel like, that is not polarized by him because I feel like when you put Bill Burr in something, you're automatically going to be like, oh, funny guy, Tom Hanks, So it's like
funny guy.
Funny guy. But for me, it was Breaking Bad. You know, like I saw him in Breaking Bad. I liked him in Breaking Bad. He wasn't a standout character, but then learning who he was, I was like, oh, that's cool. He does a lot of other things. I mean, he does like tons of stuff. Like I'm looking at his IMDb. He's in tons of stuff. He's even in Grand Theft Auto, doing voice stuff there. Date Night. He's on Stand Up Guys, Breaking Bad, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes. Date Night, New Girl, you know, like he's on a lot of stuff. A lot of
for family.
For family, yep.
But I feel like asking him to do a different accent wouldn't have made sense to me. I loved him in it.
Yeah.
It made like his character in general. I felt like this is exactly what Star Wars has needed. It needed a gray area sort of character rather than like super black and white, which is it's been that way for so long. That's what The Mandalorian has been all about, is like take a look at both sides. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever read the book Lost Stars and I don't know if that's canon anymore within Star Wars, which sucks because
if it's not Disney, probably not.
It would be such a great series.
You never was.
When was it published?
That's a good question. Lost Stars by what's her name?
You said it. The EU never was canon, right, Sal?
Correct.
Wow.
It was basically just like acknowledged by Lucas, but never canonical.
It was acknowledged that you could cherry pick what you wanted from it, and you could make it your own canon, but it was never officially canon.
Okay.
2015 is when. Yeah, September 2000.
So that's probably modern canon.
Okay, yeah, that would be then, because that's Disney era. Okay.
Yeah. Well, like it has, like I'm not like the only big characters in there is I think Moff Tarkin. That's about it, if I think about it. But they talk about like big events within the Star Wars canon, but like it was very black. It was very gray area, and that's what this character is. The Lost Stars, if nobody knows what it is, it's a book about two kids who grew up together wanting to join the Empire, and then one of them kind of learns the truth and then joins the rebellion, and it's their relationship back and forth. It's really cool. It let you see both sides of it, and that's what Bill Burr's character did. And I feel like
it was old as time.
Sorry?
I was just thinking Beauty and the Beast, because that's a common story.
Well, not only a common story, it's just it's one that's been done many times. But within the Star Wars universe, it gave us like that, like this side versus that side, and to see like the gray areas. That's what this character did, and to have his accent, I felt like made it more personalized to me, because like I could put myself in his shoes. Not that I'm from Boston or anything. It's just that it made him more human, in my opinion.
I was gonna say, you're a stormtrooper.
Maybe. I want to acknowledge the chat for just a minute. Let's see. Small Time says, I thought his character was written too differently from season 1 to season 2. And my take on that, Small Time, is that in season 1, he had not yet been incarcerated. He was still operating as an outlaw. Season 2 is during his term of incarceration, so he's had time to reflect on the things that he's done and his life in general and what he wants to do if he was ever gifted an opportunity at freedom again. And obviously we see and this is the thing, they took an ancillary character and they gave him hella development. I mean, that is, you know, they gave him a redemption arc, which was great to see, because I never mind Bill Burr's accent. And the first time I remember seeing Bill Burr was he had hair and he was playing bit parts in Chappelle's show. So in the World Series at Dice and shit like that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. I want to acknowledge another person in the chat here, because he's asking me to say his name. Hi, I'm at your house and your pizza is here, noobs. There you go. He says, sup, say it, Sega. There. Sup, bitches? How you doing, man? Thank you for coming back. But no, Bill Burr is a comedic genius. I really put a lot of a lot of faith in that man's ability to be funny and laugh at himself and still, remain just he's just an everyman. Bill Burr is an everyman, and I dig that about him. But we'll dive into this article a little bit from Bounding into Comics.
If I may, before we dive in,
yes,
I feel that his character from season 1 to season 2 tracks 100%. In that, if you see him in season 1, what's he doing? He's running heists, he's gun running, he's doing unscrupulous things because we're post Empire. No one wants to hire at former Imperial. In addition to that, we have former Imperials still running around clinging to the Empire. He's not. There's probably a reason for that, and we see it come to fruition in season 2.
Well, I feel like what Small Time said I can agree with, but on a different level. I feel like his character was the same, but they just magnetized on him. They pulled in just a little bit more to see what he's a little bit more like. I get it. Like, I feel like looking back season 1, that's what everybody's second favorite character was Bill Burr's character. So bring him back, sure. But we didn't get to see him very much. He was, correct me if I'm wrong, only in one episode, right?
Episode 6.
Yeah. And so to bring him in on here, to give him more of the spotlight, I feel like feels like it's different, but technically he's just still doing the same things, like you said, Sal.
So all I know is that if we don't see him in season 3 or in the Book of Boba Fett or whatever, it's a wasted opportunity to not bring back someone who's rapidly became a fan favorite. So, and I know he's, wasn't a stormtrooper wise ass, but it's nice to see the former stormtrooper kind of turning how we should have. But
yeah,
I guess you got to be a janitor to be in the movies. I don't know.
Would you want him to be in the Book of Fett or something else?
I don't care what he's in. I just want to see more of him. I don't know if he could hold a show by himself, but
no,
I'd like to see more of him.
He's a great side character. He is absolutely a great side character. Like him and Burr and Pedro Pascal played off each other very well in their scenes that they did. If that was indeed Pascal under the suit, I mean, obviously he was doing the voice work for it, but
right. I felt I'm going to pitch this idea. I feel like Bill Burr's character should do his own show within the Star Wars universe, but he does a podcast and he's just talking about all the things that are happening within the galaxy, the political climate and everything, and make it a comedy spinoff. I think that'd be funny.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
That would be in his wheelhouse, but this is a role outside of pretty much anything he's ever done. I don't think he's ever done anything like this, and he seemed right at home with it, which was really nice to see. It says the Mandalorian actor Bill Burr reveals what actors really do. The Mandalorian actor Bill Burr recently revealed just what actors really do in an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Fallon praises Burr's recent appearance on The Mandalorian. He tells him, "You've been firing on all cylinders. You appeared in a couple episodes in the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. I was backtracking in my mind. I go, I think Favreau loves you, obviously. I love that Bill Burr's crushing this thing." Burr then interjects, "Dude, you know the deal. You've done acting. They got to write it. If that's not there on the page, they edit it. They put in music. I just sat there and said what they wrote." And I can just hear Burr saying that in this. I wish I could do a good Boston accent to do that justice, but I can't. It says, he added, "It's really Rick and John and all those guys over there, not to mention the other actors." Burr points out exactly what actors do. They sit there and they read what someone else wrote and take instructions from directors based off what someone else wrote. Burr would also address complaints about his character, Miggs Mayfeld, having a Boston accent. Burr stated, "Oh, I know. That's hilarious. I've never heard a Boston accent in outer space," is what they say. And I always just go like, "Oh yeah? What about English? Isn't that a little weird?" If you went to a galaxy far, far away, you get off and somebody's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And you totally understand them. He continued, "What about the fact that Han Solo is talking to Bigfoot? He's speaking Bigfoot. Han Solo is speaking English, and they never break character, but one keeps going." Burr imitates Wookiee noises, so something like, and he's like, "I said, hit the button, Chewie," and that was all fine. Burr then brought up C-3PO. How about C-3PO with an English accent? That was okay. The guy's been knighted, huh? He just played a Royal Albert Hall, and now he's hanging out with I almost said Leonard Skinner, Luke Skywalker. Yeah, dude, F those nerdy nitpicking nerds, he concluded. And I can hear Burr saying that too. But this is now
genius. Whatever made the English accent to be like accepted within the fantasy and the sci-fi and like any of those kind of genres. Why can't we hear like I don't know, some deep water Louisiana, you know? Like what made that all of a sudden?
Louisiana, where it just rolls off the tip of your tongue like molasses.
I mean, Alec Guinness didn't even want to be in Star Wars, and then he didn't change anything about what he did. I mean, he sounds like the same guy in friggin' Bridge Over River Kwai, you know? So it's just like,
I forgot he was in there. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I forgot he was in there.
He is the movie.
So this is pure conjecture and speculation on my part as to your original question about like fantasy and English accents and the like. If I had to wager a guess, I would assume it has direct ties, starting, I guess in most recent history with the American Revolution, Shakespeare, and then King Arthur. So we kind of associate, sword, sorcery, dragons with the tales of King Arthur, and that's an English story, and that's my guess.
Point of personal privilege. Go ahead, I think it's because it represents the colonizers. They were the imperialists, and it makes perfect sense since the English were the last empire. Don't tell the Chinese or the Japanese, but technically, they had half the world, just like Rome. So, so it makes sense. They get everybody speaking the Queen's English. So that's what you're going to find in space, right? Whoever the colonials are.
Yeah, I see. Like I remember, like I said, going all the way back to the original trilogy. And it's like a lot of the Imperials, but then you said Alec Guinness, he has that, he's got the English accent too. So
he's the only one who does, I think, other than C-3PO.
Princess Leia has it for like 3 or 4 lines.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, again, I mean, Coruscant, and anything Imperial, you're going to have the English accent. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
totally. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, and of course, the ginger that was in the latest Disney Star Wars trilogy, he had quite the posh accent.
Hux.
The guy from Harry Potter.
Yep.
So it seems to be anybody who is in power, normally bad figures. I propose that we start our own social justice on accents. Let's start seeing more white, straight accents in the fandoms that we love.
I think that sounds great. I mean, I think that we should have gangsters speaking in proper English.
Well, yeah,
they should not be asking you a question. They should ask you a question.
It'd be like Clockwork Orange, except they're like gangbangers.
Yeah. Could you so Lawrence Fishburne, who speaks properly all other times, he should have to come out and say, "I am going to kill you, mother effer," in a proper English accent or something somewhere. It would be great.
I feel like Family Guy did that with the little black droids.
Yeah.
I would love to see Key and Peele team up with Bill Burr in their own Star Wars universe series.
Oh, that'd be brilliant.
Let's do it.
It'd be like when Cleveland was R2-D2 in the Blue Harvest. Hey man, can you hold that bag? You still got that bag? It's gonna be a long flight.
I love it. It's awesome.
But yeah, it is. It's kind of funny, when you look at all the accent. Hey, what up, Tim Myers? He says Thor has an Australian accent. Whoop, that's the wrong comment. See, Thor has an Australian accent.
He does. Yeah, and he's pretty cool.
Yep. Damn, man. I don't. It's hard for me to dislike Thor, but Ragnarok just wasn't my bag. But then again, I don't know. I'm this new one, and there's been more leaks about the Thor Love and Thunder, and dude, they're packing so much crap into that. Now they're talking about having the Thor core in it, and that came from what's his name, Roger Wardell, who's like a pretty
they actually
tweet. Go ahead, Culture.
No. But so here's the thing. Their primary premise has been rejected by the biggest part of the fandom. They do not want to make the same mistakes that Star Wars made, right? They still are trying to insert this feminist Bolshevik stuff into the middle of this thing. And actually, I guess technically intersectionalism, but whatever. So you end up in this weird place where now you have to shove more crap in it to take some of the stank off of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Bolshevik or not, it is canon. That is how it works. That's they're just going off of what's really working. The thing is that this is what I've learned about.
You're talking about the new Thor movie?
Yes,
Love and Thunder.
Talking about
that's following Jason Aaron's 2014. Run, correct?
Yeah, it's still garbage. Yeah.
Whether it's garbage or not, whether that's the case or not, it is canon. That's what it is. You can't continue to do Thor in movies and completely ignore that. But what I have learned when it comes to leaks or rumors or any of that, and bringing more and more stuff into it, it always seems to have such a small play in the movie. Nobody leaked the fact that Hulk was going to talk in Thor 3, right?
Ragnarok, yeah.
But even if that was going to be a rumor or anything, it didn't change the movie very much, I mean, it became a character, but I don't know. It's just I feel like whenever I see any of these things, I don't put too much store into it. It's sure, it'll happen, but it probably won't change very much about it.
Wasn't that World Breaker Hulk that was basically in Ragnarok? Go ahead.
Or Planet Hulk.
Planet Hulk. I'm sorry, I said World Breaker. Go ahead, Culture. What's up, man?
No, it's just they've deviated wildly from the comic book canon in the past in telling these stories, my friend.
Well, I'm not saying that they haven't deviated, but I'm saying that you can't ignore someone
yes, you can.
like Foster, who then becomes the impersonation of Thor. That is the canon.
Sure, in that book, you're suggesting you can't ignore canon. They ignored a whole lot of canon throughout the entire production of Marvel and every single one of these stories that they're telling.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
including how Ragnarok gets started, including all of these other elements. I mean,
true. I am leaning toward more of a character base, which seems to be what the movies are seeming to focus so much more on.
No, they're not. I mean, they've leaned quite heavily into some of the characters, but in others, they're completely deviated from their timelines, from the points in time in which they interacted. I mean, none of this stuff follows the comic book canon, so you can ignore largely all of it if you choose to. And believe me, they've ignored a ton of stuff that happens and the path and order of which villains appear in the universe. And if you're going off of the latest stuff, I mean, yeah, sure. All the intersectional books started coming out from 2012, even all the way back to 2007. You started getting intersectionalism and this third wave feminism crap inserted into your pop culture. That's when a lot of this stuff happened, because all those kids with the worthless gender studies degrees and humanities crap, that's when they graduated from school, or started to graduate in numbers from school, realized they couldn't get a job. So they went into some form of entertainment. And that's why we have what we have now.
True. I'm not saying you're wrong, and I'm not saying I'm right. It's just that you can't really ignore that big of, because it's already a character that exists. You might as well work with that. They're not going to bring in somebody who else is in Thor's canon that matters enough to actually bring in. They totally screwed it with the Warriors 3. They can't go back and fix that, even though I wish somehow that they would. What else are you going to do? In my personal opinion, you may disagree with that. That's fine.
No,
my opinion is that the MCU has always and always cared about their characters way more than their stories. When it comes to character canon, you can't really ignore a character's development like Lady Thor, especially when you got somebody like Natalie Portman behind it. I mean, that's Kevin Feige's wet dream right there. So it's just like you can't really ignore that. So I feel like people who are complaining about the fact that this is happening, this is Bolshevik like feminism, you should have saw it coming, and you should have accepted it a long time ago.
Well,
Because
then,
that's
yeah,
just
but that movie could end up being one of the least successful Marvel properties
because
of that. Because that's the direction they elected to go. They could have told any other Thor story.
I actually 100% disagree with
That's
that.
fine.
I think it's going to
That's
be
fine.
one of the most successful because it's got everything that you want. If we're going to assume that it's being directed by Taika, right?
Yes, that's the Taika
Okay,
Waititi.
so there's one right
Yeah,
there.
I'll
That'll
ruin
be a
your
lot of
I'll
people.
ruin your canon in a second, baby.
I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, babe.
and
You
who
don't know what you
cares?
want because
Like-
I haven't given it to you yet. That's
Just like you said,
who
so far, like it's ignored a lot of canon. But when it comes to character canon, it has stayed somewhat true. People can come at me with
Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel and all of that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
That was pretty blatant. I would hope that they learn from that kind of stuff, but you can't learn from something that was so successful because it made a butt ton of money, no matter which way you look at it.
It actually didn't, but it's okay.
Anyway.
I mean, with its marketing budget included, and with all the other things that came along later that were revealed financially, no, it didn't. Although we've learned, which is why the SEC is still investigating Disney, that they were not properly reporting anything from the studio level onward. So they've been under 2.5 years now of SEC investigation for misreporting things. So, but that's okay. I mean, yeah,
that's good to know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that I personally think that it's going to have somewhat the same numbers, whether or not what just. Okay, that really freaked me out what you just did there because you're.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my water glass is green. Yeah. Sorry, man.
But yeah, I actually think it's going to be a wildly successful because it's honestly got everything that anybody would want, except for a lot of people who like complain about the stuff that we're talking about. Right. Whether we complain about it or not, I feel like it's going to have something for everybody, which is the whole like goal. Do I think it's a good strategy or not?
Powerless
it's gonna make money.
Thor, powerless Thor doesn't interest me. Waifishly thin girl holding the hammer doesn't interest me. There's a whole lot of things that aren't of interest to me in this film. So we'll see. I mean, from what I've heard, the script is not exactly bueno, but they're now on their third set of scripts for Ewan McGregor's, Obi-Wan series. So they're not doing really well in the script or director area right now. So we'll just see. We'll see. I'm willing to say that Star Wars is in worse shape from that because Feige has a pretty level solid track record. Let's say it that way. Has a solid track record when it comes to connecting everything. Right. Well, yeah, no, look, Feige's a genius in my opinion. The problem is the more you introduce the political side of things, especially after what has occurred in this country, you're going to end up in a worse situation down the road. But I grant your point. I mean, they do try to maintain some of the characters, but in a lot of ways they really don't. I mean,
you're right. I mean, there was times that you kind of made me realize that is the case, but I feel like that's just something they can't ignore. I personally feel like, are the Guardians of the Galaxy going to be in that movie?
Yes,
they have to be.
Yeah,
that's
the main thing. Like that, I didn't get to it yet because like there were so many other things I should have led with that. I personally feel like it's just going to do so well because of the Guardians.
Well, it's going to. The problem is that they're trying to cancel one of their very own stars in Chris Pratt. So I don't think that. I mean, you're at odds. I mean, just like with the Gina Carano crap, and I don't know if we're talking about that today or not, but it just this is the kind of thing that gets me. It gets me involved in a conversation because I'm passionate about all of these things. I grew up with these things. I mean, you're talking to a kid whose stepdad gave him the first appearance of Thor comic when he was a kid. So, it was a valuable possession of mine. So, these are the things that these are the things that I'm passionate about. So I pay attention. So when they're poorly represented, I get upset. Like when they destroy Star Trek or any of these other things. When they retroactively reduce Luke's importance in an entire universe. When they actually probably just destroy him is probably the best way to say it. Right. In favor of someone who. In a nonsensical role. I mean, Star Wars from episode 6 forward didn't make sense. It got broken. So
that's the sequel trilogy for you, though. I mean,
well, but all of it. I mean, they broke Solo. They broke Solo. Rogue One's a broken film. I know a lot of people enjoyed it. And I know it made a lot of money. But see, things can make a lot of money. That's the other problem. We have inflationary pressures.
Yep.
And inflationary pressures are always going to push, box office upward. It's if you can adjust for the actual dollars spent and the dollars yielded, less the movie money that's actually required to make something and market something, et cetera, et cetera. Some of these films are less impressive when you break it down that way. If you compare it to what has come before, and the progression of Star Wars, and I've said this 1,000 times, should have gone upward and not downward. And that's all that happened.
I agree. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. No, and this is the thing is we agree on so much stuff, but and especially when it comes to how Marvel treats its characters for the most part, but during the course of the MCU, there's wild deviance at times that make no sense. And that's the stuff I almost can't get my arm around.
Well, so you're talking about in regards to like timeline to certain
timeline and what a character would do in a given situation as well.
Right. Okay. Character stuff I totally get, but when it comes to timeline, this is how I see it. This is how I've had to accept it, I should say, not because I'm actually 100% on board with it, but the fact that we have so many different types of mediums, not to mention comics in themselves, contradict themselves all the time. It's really annoying. So you might as well throw in one more thing that contradicts itself, because that's its culture. Do I like it? No, but it is what it is, and I'm capable of accepting it that way.
Well, you're gonna be really excited because you're gonna see the future of divergent timelines in Star Wars. So that's all I'm gonna say. So anyway,
because of other shows,
other things that are happening. So
other things that are happening.
Yeah, not just Mandalorian, but the other 3 projects that are in development, or excuse me, the 3 that are in production and the 2 that are in development that nobody's seen anything about. So
here's a question that I have. I don't really dive deep into what's happening. I like to keep that surprising to me, and I still want to keep that way. Yeah. I only found out about the book of
Fett.
Yes, Book of Boba Fett, because it announced at the end of Mandalorian. I didn't watch any of that Disney stuff or an Investor Day or whatever. Right. So my question is, if there's anything that you want to see from Star Wars, what would it be? For me, it was always Rogue One. I always wanted to see the in-between. I wanted to see how they got the plans for the Death Star, and it was, I'm not going to say it was exactly what I wanted, but I wanted to see that dynamic. What is there in Star Wars that you want to see? This is open to anybody, by the way.
No, just a correction, which I believe we're seeing both on television and in film. And I think that it's largely due to one side of the creative endeavor, because the other side of the creative endeavor has no interest in Star Wars as it existed previously or as it should exist in the future. So, and like I said, I mean, that being a part of an entity, because believe me, I've been there in the corporate world. When you're part of an entity that's split with two opposing factions, and then a third rail where people are like, please don't call on me, please don't talk to me, please just leave me alone, let me do my job. That's the way that movie group, that entire element of Disney is run right now, Lucasfilm. So that's how they live. And they've been living that way for almost 3 years. So it's a rough place to be. And it theoretically it's longer than that, but based on when the Mandalorian started its actual production run. So, what I want to see, Book of Fett's a good start. I'm going to get to see the underbelly, the underworld in Star Wars. I'm going to get to see the emergence of the new empire in Rangers, and the other shows that we're moving forward on there. So anyway, we've taken up an awful lot of time, and I can tell ETEP's flipping out. So
no, it's all good. It's all good. No, I was going to say the Book of Boba Fett. Dude, with him and Fennec Shand, that one visual at the end. Fennec, she is 59 years old. That woman is a goddess. I mean,
but dude, do you not believe that she could whoop somebody's booty?
Yes.
Holy cow, man!
She could
punch him in the face and then shoot him to pieces. It's so great.
And dude, that scene with her and Gina sniping off the shore troopers and stuff, that was freaking badass. Just like them two just fish in a barrel, you know. I mean, it was beautiful.
I know.
Let's see. Wait, let me.
Big Fortuna was like,
yeah.
The boom ball game. That was so great.
James, the best man in the whole fucking world, says your channel will grow up so fast. Well, thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. We are going to change up gears, though. We're going to step over into some DC territory and talk a little bit of one of my favorite things. We're going to talk a little Batwoman. So before we do that, let me play you a bat themed clip here. Here you go, folks, and we'll be right back while I cue this article up.
Anything I can do for you, sir? Check your tape?
Ringside table, Batman?
Just looking, thanks. I'll stand at the bar. I shouldn't wish to attract attention.
Here we are on the wrap. This is this article is kind of funny. I love this because the Wrap got a little heat for one of their tweets, and they are the comparisons have been drawn with Ruby Rose and Javicia Leslie already, and it's kind of funny. It is, man. It's funny because there's really no comparison between the two of them. They're different as night and day. And I'm not talking about their ethnicities. I'm talking about their acting ability. I'm talking about their stature. Am I the only one that suffered through this show? Tony, I don't think you've watched this, have you?
No, just your reviews.
It's like I try to make the reviews entertaining because the show is just utter shit. I know Sal doesn't watch this. Blurb doesn't watch this. But let's see. Nick says I better get going. See you later. Hey, Nick, thank you, brother, for you and Sam for coming out. I will hit you guys up, and we're gonna get you guys on a stream soon here. So thank you.
Speaking of getting going, I think Sal might have to get going soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Sal, do you have to? I know you were on a limited time frame tonight. You got to bounce.
Yeah, I probably should have bounced like 45 minutes ago, actually. So I'm headed out. ETEP, congratulations on 500 subs.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man.
Don't forget where you came from.
Never.
Never. I'm glad to see all the growth. Next stop is getting Tony to 100, and then he gets custom URL. So let's get him that. And that's all I got. So I'll catch you guys when I can. I'm gonna be AWOL for probably the next 2 months. So
all right, brother.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you, Sal. Love you, man. Have a great night.
Peace out.
Yeah, man. If you, Tony, you want to drop Sal's link in the chat. Yeah, that right there, that man and I go way back like 4 flats on a Cadillac. We met on a World Class Bullshitters toy stream, and he has been a fixture on my channel ever since, man. It's like mid 2019, and yeah, he just dude, he's just great. Blurb, if you're gonna jet, you got to take off for good, or are you gonna come back, or?
I think I have to take off for good because I can't.
I got you, man. Well, I hate that your appearance is cut short, man, but thank you so much for coming on tonight. I do appreciate it, brother. Hey. You're a hell of a great guy, and take that ugly son of a bitch out from behind you. That's got to be terrifying.
Dude, congratulations. I had to be here for 500. I've been super AWOL when it comes to just making videos and everything. I actually revamped an old channel, started up a new one, haven't touched my old one. So it's just like, just kind of figured things out, just doing stuff, but I had to be here tonight. So appreciate it.
Well, man, I hope everything's good at home, brother. Take care of the family and what you got going on right now. thank you, bro. I appreciate everything you've done and you've helped me with. So thank you, man. Thank you a million, bro. I can't thank you enough for that. You and Sal, you guys are just great peeps in general. Love both of you to death, man. Thanks for coming out tonight, brother.
Thank you. Culture, very awesome to meet you.
Good
Tony,
meeting you, man.
Always a pleasure. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
Eat that.
loved it.
500 and more. Bring it.
Upward, onward, and upward, brother. Excelsior.
Peace out.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
and then there were three.
And then there were three. But we can we're gonna go through a little bit of this article from the Wrap here. The essential source for entertainment insiders.
I like wrapping things.
I do too. I'd unwrap Javicia Leslie. I'm not gonna. I mean, this is like when you go to you're like, hey, mom, can I have Batwoman? And your mom looks at Ruby Rose and she's like, we got Batwoman at home, and it's like, you want Javicia Leslie? But
I mean, is it the angle, or does Jalicia fill out that suit a little better?
No, she fills that suit out way better.
Yeah. Applying my male gaze to this situation, I would have to agree.
Yeah. Let's see. It says Javicia Leslie's Batwoman debut plummets 80% in ratings from Ruby Rose's, but no one stood a chance against Tom Brady versus Breeze on Fox. And as I hearken back to a discussion we had, it's funny because they think the same audience that's watching the NFL playoffs is watching Batwoman. Myself, I watched, the Chiefs because I'm part of the Chiefs kingdom now. Thanks to Kendo Slice from World Class Bullshitters. He has inducted me into the Chiefs kingdom with open arms, being as I am a disgruntled lifelong Detroit Lions fan.
Ooh.
He is, yes, it's an exercise in futility. So Kendo has, and he said, I said, I actually have a Kansas City Chiefs jersey from like 1998. I said, I have a Dante Hall jersey. The human joystick. So, because he played he was on a goddamn video game. Draven, if you want to jump in, man, let me know. I'll shoot you a link, brother. I always love having Draven on. I don't think anybody on the panel will mind if I shoot Draven a link.
You bring in the vampire now?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring the vampire in.
I get to be on a show with him tomorrow. We're Le Gaming Lounge is tomorrow on the Le Gaming Lounge channel. So
I'm subscribed to that. I will. What time do you guys start over there?
Could not tell you.
Okay, I will try to. I'll try. I have notifications on for the channel.
5 Eastern.
Oh, okay.
4 Central, 3 Mountain, 2 Pacific. Dang, I hate time zones a lot.
There we go. I just shot Draven a link. There you go. He's got a link now. Draven, if you want to jump in, brother, you got a link in your DMs on Twitter.
Come in, your pointy tooth turkey bird.
Yeah, bring your vampire ass in here, buddy. We got we allow you in here.
Bring your backyard wrestling skills too. You're gonna need them.
That's when he told me he was a he was a wrestler. I'm like, oh really? He goes, yeah, I did backyard wrestling. And most guys that were in the business like I was would completely just like shit all over back. Me, I know a lot of guys that are in the business now that started out that way.
Yeah.
And they became great fucking workers. So yeah. I don't ever look down on anybody for that because everybody's got to start somewhere.
Dude, one of my favorite shows on Netflix. One of my favorite shows on Netflix way back when was Glow, right?
Oh God, yeah.
Because it showed the progression of people from whatever they were doing into wrestling, right? And it also showed a wrestling family with a daughter that wanted to be a wrestler, and her 2 brothers have a wrestling ring and mat and the whole 9 yards set up in the backyard, and they're practicing. Because to get on the circuit, you have to know what you're doing. You have to train. Yeah, I mean, most people don't get that. So when guys are willing to start doing this in their backyard and smashing their face against sprinkler heads and stuff while they're doing it, that's like, you know what you want to do with your life. But anyway, dang, I went again. I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's all good, man. Let's see. So it says Javicia Leslie debuted as the new Caped Crusader on the CW's Batwoman last night, but her start didn't shine nearly as bright as a bat signal as Ruby Rose's. Not that it was expected to. So continue reading. What the?
Uh-oh.
Do I have? Oh, really? They paywalled this shit?
Yeah. You're going to have to sign up.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
This was, hang on. I'm going to pull up another article.
Ooh.
I believe it's TV Finale. because I just wanted to talk a little bit about the ratings here.
Well, I think this just speaks to the larger problem that America's homeless phobic.
America.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, we've got bigotry and issues, and that's why Batwoman didn't do well, because as far as storytelling goes, gold, solid written, just keeps you cutting edge, just keeps you on the edge of your seat for the entire hour. I mean, you just can't wait for it to come back from commercials. So, I mean, America, you got some issues to work out, and I'm ashamed in you.
America, you have some explaining to do. Let's put it that way. I feel like Desi on Lucy. America, you got some explaining to do.
You might be asking yourself, why is this show not 5 rating points ahead?
There he is. Oh, look at he's all decked out for you too, Culture. What's up, brother? Welcome, man. Welcome.
Look at that. He looks
I'm all right.
He looks like one of those kids I saw go to see The Crow too.
I was gonna say, yeah, very, very, very Crow.
No, in all seriousness, I love his persona. He's awesome. He's one of my favorite people in the world. Look at that.
Yes, sir. Oh no, he's wearing a Punisher logo.
Yeah.
I know, right? I'm gonna get the stream taken down.
I think at this point we should all take the opportunity to denounce white supremacy.
Sure.
I said that in what the hell? I think it was my Batwoman video. I said something and I was like, because I was making fun of like Javicia Leslie's acting or something. I was like, I as a matter of fact, as I'm making fun of her right now, I think I should probably denounce white supremacy or something. I was like, isn't that something you just have to do these days? I mean, like, it's like pretty much obvious that normal people denounce that sort of vitriol and hatred, blind hatred, but it seems like you have to openly denounce it these days, but yeah, I'm waiting. Like I said, I was just waiting to be called an istophobe for not liking the new Batwoman. But damn, here it is right here. TV series finale.com. Batwoman season 2 ratings. Television history is littered with TV shows that have, for one reason or another, lost their lead actors. Some series are canceled within a year, while other shows continue on for many more seasons. What will become of this CW show? Will Batwoman be canceled or renewed for season 3? Stay tuned. So we don't need to go through that. We're just going to look at this. Demo change. It had a point, 0.15, down 68%. I mean, you can see the viewership, the percentage of viewership change, and to blame this, as I said, that is the infinite loop there. To blame that on the NFL. The viewership? What's that?
Oh, is that the viewership based on the last episode of the last season?
Yes.
Is it down from that too?
Yes.
Okay.
It's down, like I said, that's down 64%.
Well, let's assume for fun that all of the Batwoman audience are football fans, just for fun.
Yeah,
we know that's not true. Those demographics don't overlap. Okay, all right, but let's assume this, right? Do you realize that the NFL for that game that it was competing with lost 8 million viewers year over year?
Did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently
they've been losing ratings like crazy.
I haven't watched the NFL game in like 8 weeks. Like this,
dude, I haven't seen the NFL this year.
So I at the beginning of the season, I was like, you know what? I'm like,
I canceled. Dude, I canceled. I made a video actually, or maybe I talked about it on live stream, but I canceled all my sports packages. I spent $1,600 a year or more on all of the sports packages for DirecTV.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what video I'm making in February? I'm canceling DirecTV.
Really?
I'm done, dude. I'm done. So I just gave away a video, but that is absolutely what I am doing. And but honestly, 8 million swing. They lost in the demo, the primary demo that they wanted to advertise for. In fact, Black and White Sports did a Nano Reaper. I love you, dude. Black and White Sports actually did a ratings video, and they talk about the ratings drop, and the entire season's been in the tank, but the NBA is worse.
Oh yeah,
but so they have to point out the biggest bully on the block, but there were also NBA games on Sunday.
Yep.
And they sucked too. So what's happening is if you put a bunch of crap in your entertainment, you're losing an audience, and the audience isn't coming back. And then if you deliver a poor product on top of a poor product year after year, you're going to lose your audience. And there were a lot of people who said, I didn't even know this was here, right? This show was on, and here's the thing. We said this, Javicia Leslie freaking smoking. There was no reason not to watch her, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that they use this in the rap article that you pulled up earlier, they use this as an excuse.
Yep. That was
they couldn't pull their own demo. Their demo doesn't watch football.
Nope. No, they don't. They don't watch. They're not football fans. They're not sports fans. Not at all. Let's see. Wait. Let's see here.
I don't do sports ball. Sorry.
I've always been a nerd, but I always hid it behind athletics because I played. I got into basketball, and I used to be a damn good ball player. In football, I was a football player too, and I can't watch it now because it's like these guys are crying and acting like they're victims. And like Adrian Peterson,
they're making millions of dollars doing it.
Years ago, like probably 5, 6, maybe 7, 8 years ago, Adrian Peterson, who was at one time one of the best running backs in the NFL, said the NFL players are like slaves. To which I replied, I have never heard of a slave in my life that makes $10 million a year.
It's true.
$10 million a year with $100 million signing bonus, I might add.
Yeah.
So it's just like, not to get political or anything, but at the same time, it's like, you can't equate those two things. There is no comparison.
Yeah, the NFL is the one sport you can commit multiple felonies and still have a job.
If anybody saw what video was it? It might have been it was my Batwoman video. I had a clip of a joke about Ray Rice knocking out Janae in the elevator, and I used the Wilhelm scream over it. I'm surprised he was blackballed from the league. But yeah, I did. He hit, and I timed it perfect. He hit her head hit the wall, and then you hear the Wilhelm scream. It was fucking beautiful. I mean, but there's I could have used Ray Lewis stabbing a guy after the Super Bowl. And me and Kendo were talking about OJ, and it's like OJ is the one person that it's like, I don't even care if he did kill Ronald and Nicole. I still love him. I can't even help it. It's OJ. It's like if you watch not documentary, but the FX show, the series with Cuba Gooding Jr. about OJ.
It was so great.
It was.
Oh my gosh, the people versus OJ.
Yeah.
Travolta was amazing in it. The dude from Friends.
David Schwimmer.
Just incredible. The acting and the performances, the actors and actresses in that. The chick that I think is a great actress, but a terrible human being that's been in every American Horror Story.
Sarah Paulson. Clark.
Freaking ridiculous. I have always loved her acting as an actress.
Yes.
One of the best I've ever seen. As a person, total dog shit. So, I like that. If you are an actor and didn't open your mouth, you would be amazing, but you unfortunately talk to people.
Sarah Paulson, she's talking about her girlfriend in like a recent interview. Her girlfriend is 78 years old. Sarah Paulson is 47.
Yeah,
Ew, her old balls are in Sarah's face.
No, you don't. Yeah, no.
Her old labia. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of scary.
Yeah, no, we live in this weird world, and this article feeds into it, bro. If you want to bring it back up, I mean, right now, by the way, this is Rotten Tomatoes. I pulled that up. Actually, I was going to show that real quick here. Yeah, I'm covering most of it, but no bueno.
Here we go. Hang on.
It was higher before. I can't remember who did a video, but it was like in the 30s.
Yellow Flash.
I was
oh my god!
Here
Here we go. Can y'all see this right here?
Wow.
Average tomato, 84.
Oh, lit up.
Yep. Top critics.
There is no way. That is
18. Is it just me, or can I not click on the oh, here we go. Okay. Do you want to read some critics reviews?
Yes.
Let's look at the top critics.
Scroll wheel and zoom in, bro, because nobody's going to be able to read that.
I can't zoom in. I'll just read them out here.
Control scroll wheel.
Control. What is that?
Control key on the keyboard and scroll wheel. You have a scroll wheel on your mouse, bro.
Oh, no, my mouse. Oh, there we go.
Bitchin', huh?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm a boomer. I might as well be a fucking boomer.
I am 50.
You're older than me, and you know.
Oh, that's great.
Now, hang on. Now, wait a minute here. Now, to be fair, I can't play the clip. I didn't do it right. To be fair, I'm terrible with anything technology. But here we go. Eric Deggans, NPR. Batwoman still feels too often like a talky soap opera with fight scenes, but these changes can add more depth to a show that's always tried to aim higher than typical superhero.
Oh, shut up, you mega douche.
Yeah. Here we go. Nicole Hill.
NPR. Wait, NPR
Yeah.
explains everything.
Den of Geek. There's so much for potential compelling storytelling, and I'm hesitant but hopeful for the season Batwoman will deliver. Oh, Jesus.
She gave it a 4 of 5.
How about this one?
She does not say anything positive about the show as it exists currently and gives it a 4 out of 5.
Nope. Alani Vargas, AV Club. That's a great website. The show seems to be in good hands with Javicia Leslie.
They didn't watch the show.
They did not watch this. I guarantee you take any of these critics, and I've watched and reported on more of this than they have. I have a playlist with 40 fucking Batwoman videos.
You're a better man than I am.
Alani Vargas, I dare you to tell me about the entire story of this particular episode, because you can't, because you didn't watch it. Because nobody that's being intellectually honest could say that.
No.
But it's not her fault. The story is a giant piece of shit. The show's a giant piece of shit. The showrunner's a giant piece of shit. The guy that runs it all, Berlanti, he's a giant piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
I tuned out all the CW stuff like a season ago.
I don't normally call people names. That's not me. I'm not an ad hominem attack kind of guy. But these people have done nothing but demonstrate their ineptness for 7-8 years now. Mm-hmm. So So anyway, I'm sorry. I tend to tell me to shut up. Culture, shut up.
It's all right, Culture. It's all right. Diana Kang from TV Fanatic. I'm pretty impressed that ... The focus was kept squarely on Ryan and how she factored into the events that unfolded in the aftermath. Her character is also immensely engaging. 4.5 out of 5. Get the fuck out of here.
What's interesting is one of their approved critics is the Mary Sue, which is the next one.
Yep, here we go. And Jessica Mason, I've done a lot of her articles.
Yeah,
her and Rachel Leishman over there, and that Princess Weeks, the article I used on the dump earlier. Princess Weeks, Rachel Leishman, and Jessica Mason are three. They've been there for like a couple of years since I started my channel. There is not a journalistic shred of integrity amongst the three of those fucking overgrown cat ladies. I mean, they are just the new Batwoman is more accessible and fun character than Kate Kane, and that's a very good thing. And Javicia Leslie is an instant star.
No,
well, that's bigoted.
Tony, speak on it, bro. Speak on it, Tony.
Please, Tony.
No, I don't know who ranks above who in the woke Olympics at this point. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go with the flow, so I don't end up, on their trebuchet.
Dude, no, dude, you're going to a gulag whether you like it or not, bro. You signed up for this.
You're on this panel.
Yeah. We're all going to be in the gulag together one day reviewing the fucking
guilty by
food.
association.
That's right, dude. I'm going to take up smoking so I can sit next to you guys and we can talk about, well, was it worth it?
Hell yeah.
Was telling the truth worth it, Tony? That's all I want to know.
I just want to know, who are they to put down a poor multimillionaire lesbian woman?
And hey, they're being anti-Semites because
Actually,
handle a
technically,
full-time job.
I think Javicia Leslie is bi.
She's something. They said they had to have a character that was of the alphabet persuasion.
BIPOC,
yes. That's a pretty broad brush they're painting with. I mean,
well, that's what they do now. Well, actually, no, they don't. But they have this like there's like 8 check boxes, and the more of them that you hit, the better. You know.
Yes.
And she must have hit like 4, 5, or 10. I mean, of the 8, she definitely hit 10. Maybe. I don't know.
Here's Robin Barr from the Hollywood Reporter. So far, Leslie's character provides some classic fish out of water levity to an otherwise self-serious superhero melodrama. That novice energy comes at some cost, however, to the series' established emotional dimensions. Oh, God.
Here's my problem with all of it, just overall. Here's my problem with all of it. You have Superman. You have Batman. Okay? So you have Superwoman, Supergirl, Wonder Woman, and the list goes on. With Batman, you have Catwoman, you have Batgirl, you have Batwoman, and the list goes on. And it's just, it speaks to our society in general. Like Wonder Woman is the equivalent to Superman. And I just, this is old news, but it's just, this is how we end up with Batwoman on the CW.
Yeah.
And in 10 years,
really
it's going to be something even worse. And they're going to say that a female superhero has never had her chance. And it's just, it's so bad.
But I agree with them. A female superhero hasn't had their chance in the last 15 years.
Man.
I agree with them 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, because we're not telling female superhero stories. That's not what we're doing anymore. And we haven't. Here's the thing: Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman, believable, pretty cool, not bad, right? Okay. I'm trying to find another female superhero that was believable. You know what? Actually, I take this back.
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, and this is the thing that's going to piss everybody off in the comic world. Scarlet Witch is the most powerful superhero of everybody.
Thank you.
Yep.
She wins the she wins the I could beat up your dad award. And she wins that like you wouldn't believe. And she can create and destroy things with her mind at any time. Which is why the show WandaVision
is an Omega level mutant, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, she is.
She wins.
She's Magneto's daughter.
Yeah. The only person who is even somewhat resistant to her is Layla from Earth 616. Right? That's the only person that has resistance. In fact, we talked about that. Fat Steven Seagal and I talked about that on my video today that I released today. We did it a couple days ago. It took me bloody forever to. We recorded over an hour of material, and I had to cut that stuff down, and I still only got it down to 50 minutes. But anyway, if you want all the Easter eggs from that, check it out. But I'm not promoting that video. I'm saying that that's part of the story, though. You need to understand that this is where we're headed, into the multiverse. Wanda's a superhero. Black Widow's probably the best representation of a female without superpowers. That essentially is like, our version of Batman at this point. I mean, that chick can do greatness. And then, I connect more. This is going to sound weird, but I connect more with the non-superpower having superheroes, right? Yeah. Like Batman, one of my favorite characters. Like Hawkeye, like Black Widow. If you don't have superpowers and you're like, oh my gosh, Daredevil. These are the people that I identify with. I mean,
I love Daredevil.
Right. And I think
show's so good.
I think Netflix did an amazing job with that. They didn't do the best with Jessica Jones, but it was okay. They really ruined the come together story stuff that they were doing there with the Defenders, in my opinion. But you know what? Overall, I thought they did a really good job for TV superheroes.
Yeah. Stuff with the hand is always kind of meh.
You got to be careful because you need to represent them in supernatural and also as you know,
Yeah.
as martial arts experts, you know, and they have to represent the culture of the time. But it's just,
go ahead.
No, please.
No, I was to say the fight sequences in Daredevil. I'm up to like the middle of season 2 now.
Oh my god.
The fight sequences in that,
is it the one from the roof to the hallway at the bottom?
I can't remember.
Is that the scene that you're at, or right after he breaks free from Punisher?
I think
in season 2.
No. So I'm at the beginning because Punisher hasn't come in yet. So I'm at the beginning of season 2.
Okay.
But every fight in that show, Charlie Cox is fucking incredible in that role. And Marvel, you know, Feige and them, I guess he was shooting some scenes for one of the Spider-Man 3. They need to bring him into the MCU. They absolutely do.
I'm going to say it this way. That's not far from something that's being considered right now.
There's nobody that's going to touch that role. And
no, it's got to be Cox.
Yes,
it's Charlie Cox.
But the thing is,
you
need it is a necessity to have Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, because
he's the best.
Holy shit,
he is the best.
The only other person I would want to see play Kingpin in live action was the voice in Into the Spider-Verse, Mr. Liev Schreiber.
Oh yeah, that would have worked.
He's another one because he's supposed to play. He's very versatile too, but I think the alpha and the omega of Kingpin is lives and dies with Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah. Well, but see, these are iconic actors playing iconic roles in a TV series.
Yes.
That's what you need. This is a conversation. It's why Walker Texas Ranger isn't going to work with Jared Padalecki. You can't replace.
I love Jared Padalecki, but come on.
No, dude, you are sparkly. We knew you like Jared Padalecki. You're very sparkly.
Hey, I like Supernatural. I'm sorry.
I've never seen that show. The only thing I know,
missing nothing.
The only thing I know Padalecki from
the first 4 seasons are good, and then everything else is downhill until the last like 2 or 3 seasons.
Wow, that's interesting. That's when Padalecki met his wife, by the way.
What, in the middle?
Yeah,
he was in. Padalecki played the co-lead in the Friday the 13th Platinum Dunes, like 2009 reboot. And fuck that movie with a rusty fucking shovel. I just
that might hurt.
Yeah, exactly. That movie hurt me. It owes me reparations for pain and suffering, died and buried because I paid to see that shit in the theater.
I did not.
I'm such a Friday the 13th fan. Like back then, I was like, new Jason, I need to see this, you know. But I don't want to get too far derailed here. But
I do that, dude. That's me. That's all me. Ask anybody.
Yeah.
Come on, I go.
It's really sad though, because in Bad Blood, the animated Batwoman is freaking awesome in that, and they because that does the Hush storyline too. That with Bad Blood, and they fuck it up in this apparently.
What did we think about Hush? Jesus Christ, dude. So they took Tommy Elliott, who could have been a protagonist or antagonist, I'm sorry, for this entire first season. That's the Vino talking. For this whole season, and you have you have Javicia Leslie, Ryan Wilder punch his fucking face off. And then IO9 Gizmodo writes an article about how great and fabulous it was that she punched his face off after she got shot with a kryptonite bullet. And the Batmobile got outperformed by a fucking 60-something Volkswagen.
A 1960s VW van perfectly restored by a Nano Reaper made that point in the chat. How does a homeless person maintain a vintage 60s van? I don't know. And how does it outrace the Batmobile? I don't know. And that was Jane Theory. Jane Theory should get a lot of credit for making us smarter.
Dude, yes. Like I said, I watched these episodes so many times. I want to like record a review of it with Jane because I absolutely adore her point of view.
Destroy it. Oh
yes.
My God.
Yes. Because my criticisms of the show have been called racist before or bigoted or chauvinistic. And it's like she's saying the exact same things I have been saying. So I I would like to have that counterpoint to validate, you know what I mean? And she makes such good points on it too. It's like it's like a perfect balance of tearing the show to fucking literal shreds. We're over here though on some audience reviews now. These differ greatly.
ETEP, you are so racist.
I am, you know, I couldn't
shame on you.
I take this opportunity to denounce white supremacy as I'm Egyptian and you know, damn white people. Let's see. He gives this a 0.5 star out of 5. You find a superhero outfit that conveniently fell in your lap, decide to put it on, and it is a conveniently snug, tailored fit. Then you become a crime-fighting superhero taking gunshots whilst shouting, "Hey, this thing must be bulletproof." All in a matter of seconds. They didn't even try. Terrible writing, terrible acting, just an absolute atrocity. Yeah.
Tell me he's wrong.
He's not. But
so,
like I said, these credits would be these critics or audience members would be called bots for this.
So how did they kill off Ruby Rose anyway? How did they kill her off?
A plane crash.
A plane crash. But let's be honest, they didn't kill her off because as from Heel versus Babyface said, it's the bring out your gays trope. You cannot kill off a gay character. You cannot.
They'll be brought back with the Lazarus pit.
You would face backlash for that because that's a trope. You can't kill off a
dude.
character.
She is dead and Canadian. Okay,
Absolutely.
Maybe she's not Canadian, but she's totally dead. And you know what? That's okay. You know, people die. Do you know a lot of people died in Hollywood this year? A lot of very young people, and you know what? We don't know their cause of death. Do you know why? Doesn't fit the narrative.
Nope. Sammy Cape says, "Walk like it."
I knew where that was going.
Walk like an Egyptian.
There's some Bengals. Yeah.
Walk with an erection.
that happens sometimes.
It does sometimes.
Dude,
it's inconvenient when you're going to the bathroom too, because then you have to stand on your head to pee.
I used to be able to a couple of years ago when I was in fighting shape, I could do that. Now if I do that, I look like a beached whale.
Dude, yeah, but if you don't do that,
dude,
and you can't because the angle, you can't calculate the angle to stand. No. That's a sitting time, and you rarely sit when you pee. But when you have when things are, you know, if you're tumescent, there's the word. If you're tumescent, you definitely have to set and bend, or else you're making a mess. You're hitting the ceiling. It's not good.
There's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
There's going to be a big mess.
The chat hasn't caught up to this yet, but they will.
Yeah. Wait, Nano Reaper says a porn parody of Batwoman.
About dicks.
The porn parody of Batwoman already is better. And
are you kidding?
Speaking of porn parodies, if you haven't seen the porn parody of Captain Marvel,
oh, dude, Axel Braun.
Oh, yeah, so good,
dude. It's funny because the chick that played Captain Marvel is married to the dude that played Deadpool and that. Like they're actually married.
Yep. Mackenzie Taylor.
The costumes were more accurate. I think it was a more compelling story arc. Yeah, pretty much everything about that was better.
They didn't shit on Monica Rambeau. They like actually kept true to the character.
I can't.
Oh, by the way, you guys are gonna love Monica Rambeau in WandaVision. I'm just telling you.
Yes.
They better fix it.
It's gonna get fixed. You're gonna love it. And she is one of the best actresses I've seen in a long time. She was in Mad Men. She did such a great job in that. I mean, she is
Paris, right?
Yeah. She is incredible. And oh man, everybody in that's going to be ridiculous. Reaper is going to be amazing. By the way, Reaper will be, represented in the show and already is. You guys just don't know it yet. And I mean, there's a lot going on here, kids. It's going to be great. It'll be great.
That is that show, like completely. I loved it. The first 2 episodes, I absolutely loved it, man. And it's not because I'm like an MCU stan or anything, but I appreciated what they were doing with the cinematography aspect. And I thought it was so cool. And I'm a huge Scarlet Witch freak. Like I'm not as big of a comic fan as a lot of people are. I adore the way Elizabeth Olsen plays the role and what they've done with her so far. I was like, dude, she like basically just like manhandled Thanos.
Yep.
So it's just
And she should have.
Yeah.
Theoretically, Wanda
Mhm.
could have defeated everyone standing there in Endgame by her own self.
Yep.
And you know what? I would have been totally okay with it because I know what
Mhm.
Wanda's capable of. So yeah, she could
Yep.
have just said, "Done."
I
You know,
was
in
gonna say,
fact,
I read some of the House of M stuff, so yeah, I do know. And they gave a nod to that when she said no when the beekeeper came out.
That's
And
right.
I thought the beekeeper was from AIM at first. I
you
did.
see
I was
the emblem on the back.
Yeah, but it's sword. It's a sword logo, and I fucked that up in my review because I was writing it while I watched it, and like I said, his helmet was kind of shaped like the beekeeper and kind of looked like one of the AIM guys.
Dude, you have to watch what Steven and I did on my channel, bro.
I need to check
all
it
that
out.
stuff's there, man. It's just long. Well, I've never done a long form video like that because it's over
Mhm.
50 minutes. I never do that.
Yeah, I try to keep mine under like some of my Batwoman reviews last season were like 30 minutes.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, but they have 200 and some views on them.
You know what?
People like them because I hate the show, so they know I'm hate watching it.
Oh, dude, and that's what the McCabe's were saying in the chat. They're the only people keeping the show alive are the hate watchers.
Yeah,
because we don't give two shits. I mean, the demo. Look, think of the demos. 50 years and older is where they score their audience because those people hate what they're watching so much. I'm so unhappy. It's ridiculous.
I
used to watch religiously all the CW superhero shows.
They're glorious
until Crisis on Infinite Earth. On Infinite Earth, I dipped out the season at the end of the season beforehand. So
when Ruby Rose killed Kevin Conroy, the Kingdom Come Batman, when she just
I didn't watch any of that.
She fucking kicked him and he got electrocuted.
When they did Batwoman in I heard about that. I liked Batwoman when they introduced her in the Elseworlds crossover.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
I liked her in that. She was badass.
Mhm.
And then what the fuck? Like,
and then the show just takes a giant shit. Like the show shit the bed from the first fucking episode, man. But no, when she killed Kevin Conroy, she because he bitch slaps fucking Supergirl Kara across the room, and then Ruby hits him with a roundhouse kick. When she kicked him, seriously, I was sitting there watching. I was like, Roadhouse, like Peter Griffin. He fucking gets electrocuted, and then he's laying there and he's dying. He's like, "You were always the bat of the future." I'm like, "What the fuck did you just say to her? Don't you do that? Don't you do that?" Oh God, yeah, man. But WandaVision was cool. Like I said, I'm excited. My review for episode 3 will be out Saturday morning. I'll have it out because I'll watch it because I have to work Friday and I've got a stream Friday night. So, which actually one of the shows I was on Friday night just got canceled. So he stopped doing it. So the Phantom Menace Friday Night Live will be running for about 2 hours now. Because we have it's I think last week we almost went 3 hours on there, but that was a rarity. That was that just kind of happened, but shit happens like that. So we are going to cut into a segue. We're going to come back with a article that is totally off topic, what we usually cover, but we're going to do it anyway. So enjoy this clip, ladies and gents.
How could they do this to me?
Because you were a whip scientist and you could be a whip villain. Out of my way, beast! It's the sorceress, you boob! Just as I suspected. Hollow, you metal-munching moron!
Are you out of your skull? Look who's talking. Stop! What are you doing? Advance! Retreat!
Well, here we are. Thanks, Cobra Commander. I love that. Those
He-Man.
He-Man, you page boy haircut fool. Tony, when are you going to put out another Masters of the Universe review?
Wow, I cut that off right there. When are you going to put out? And then you paused, and I'm like, yeah, that is not.
Tony, when are you going to put out? I used to have a co-host that put out. Look, I mean, Never mind. Anyway, he was much hairier. No, really though. When are you gonna do another a Motu episode, man? Those that if you haven't seen Tony's fucking Christmas Masters of the Universe special, holy shit. Bob Iger's in it. I mean, it's fucking amazing.
It gets pretty nuts, man. But that was kind of a hate watch. Speaking of hate watching, man, and I thought I was gonna enjoy it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna, go ahead and review the Masters of the Universe Christmas special and release it Christmas Day. This should be fun. And that shit was excruciating. That took me like 2 or 3 days to get through when it should have been. I mean, to actually watch it, and it should have been, the 40 minutes that the episode is. And man, I'm starting to think that 80s nostalgia is a hell of a drug. Because, but I'm gonna jump on some more Motu episodes here soon, and hopefully they'll go a little smoother than that Christmas episode. Because I mean, I hate those fucking kids. They scarred me.
I've watched that fucking Christmas review of yours like at least a dozen times, I think. I listen to it at work just because I laugh so fucking hard when you do the voiceover shit. Because I know exactly, I can picture it in my head now of you doing the mouth over the fucking animation. Oh my God.
Thank you.
It's fucking hilarious. It is, dude. It's fucking hilarious. But no, those you do the Ninja Turtle reviews too. And that last segue clip, the fucking Shredder. All I see is Uncle Phil when I hear Shredder now. I can't help it. I cannot help it at all.
Like current day Uncle Phil or back in the day Uncle Phil?
No, not current day Uncle Phil. He's not too talkative these days.
No,
he's not too talkative these days.
He's in a box.
Yeah, exactly.
At least we're not booking him in a triple threat match.
Yeah, we accidentally booked. Who was it? Doris Roberts in a triple threat match against the Queen and Betty White. And it's like, oh shit, Doris Roberts died 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, we need to reanimate her, and yeah,
she can be the guest time.
I'll see what I can do.
Speaking of reanimating, Reanimator was a decent movie.
That is a good movie.
It's campy 80s fun.
It is campy 80s fun. And that's what's great about it.
Some of the Canon Films movies are my favorite. Like Avenging Force is one of my favorite movies.
I'm talking to guys who've bounced their head off of stuff too much.
Yes, you are. I hated fucking Parasite. All right, I hated it. I'm not ashamed to say it. I watched it 4 times.
I haven't seen it.
I did wake up at the end of the movie though, where the one dude is looking up the staircase. Culture, you've seen that, right?
Yeah.
You know when the guy's looking up the stairs and all he sees the top of his head and his beady fucking eyes? I woke up in like a drunken stupor in my recliner, and I'm staring at my 70-inch TV, and I was like, holy shit! Scared the fuck out of me. I was like, oh my God!
That's great.
And then I was like, okay, I'm just watching Parasite. Whew, okay. 23-year-old topples king with a gender-neutral card deck. This is from.
How's that work?
This is from. What is this? Is this the land of Og? We'll just call it the land of Og in the Netherlands.
August Augustus. It's in the fucking Netherlands. Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember the world of Og or the land of Og? Fucking.
Well, I remember Oz.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
That's close.
Is the Wizard of a Wiz, if ever a Wiz there was, if ever a wonderful Wiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
We're off to see another copyright claim.
Sorry.
I've already got like 6 this episode, so fuck it, whatever. So Indy Melnink, a Dutch card fan. Okay, you freaky
scroll wheel bastard. Control scroll. Nobody can read this. You were showing them the chick, and they can't read the article.
Is my wheel broken again?
Control.
There we go. I got it. There.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that.
Okay, Boomer. Whatever you say.
So, a Dutch card fan was explaining a game to her cousins last summer when she asked herself, "Why should a king be worth more than a queen?" I'm surprised her hair is not cut in a side shave in purple.
Yeah, it needs to be halfway done, and then she needs to look like the douche canoe's mayor from New York's hair. That's what she needs.
Oh,
and with bug eyes,
De Blasio's. Daughter.
She just did like 4,000 pounds of meth.
She looks like Beetlejuice. Actually, no, that's the mayor of Chicago. That's Lori Lightfoot. Never mind.
No, oh my God, yes, you nailed it. Yeah,
she's Beetlejuice.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, with gray hair.
Beetlejuice
has definitely seen better days in Chicago. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God. The 23-year-old forensic psychology graduate, encouraged by her father, sure she was, decided it was time to break with the centuries-old tradition of sexual inequality in playing cards that rank men above women. Holy fuck. So she shuffled, she took the SJW buzzword bingo ball hopper, she spun it around, reached in and grabbed playing cards and inequality balls.
Goddamn.
Jesus help me, Rhonda. If we have this hierarchy that the king is worth more than the queen, then this is subtle inequality influences people in their daily life because it's just another way of saying, hey, you're less important, she said in an interview.
Point of personal privilege.
Oh yeah.
The queen is the boss in England. So
yes.
Shut the fuck up, chick.
I was gonna say she's the fucking ruler. It's 2021 and they still have a fucking monarchy.
And it's a queen. Well, it's not really technically it's not a monarchy anymore. I mean, she's a figurehead.
Yeah, they have parliament.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they kind of and they have this guy they elected that I thought was going to be good, but he turned out to be a freaking Pillsbury Doughboy. Anyway,
is that Boris?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He's boring the pants off of me. Let me tell you. Go ahead.
Let's see. Wait. Even subtle inequalities like this do play a big role. After a lot of trial and error, she designed a genderless deck in which the images of a king, queen, and jack were replaced with gold, silver, and bronze. Oh, so this is racist against bronze.
Seems like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're metallurgic. Metallurgists.
I
don't even know how to say that.
Metallurgophobes.
Metallophobes. Shit. Commodiphobes. That doesn't sound good because that sounds like a commode. Commode's not good. Now, flip. Somebody come up with this dumb thing that we're ist against now because I need a word here.
Yep. We got friends and family snapped up the first 50 decks of GSB gold, silver, and bronze cards, which have images of gold bars, silver coins, and a bronze shield. Melink had made more and began selling them online. And this is her family acting like they're actually enjoying playing with these things. That's either a brother or boy? What's that, Tony?
MS Grizzly Bears.
Does he look? Does that look like a? Oh, it's a boyfriend. So yeah, that's definitely a male feminist.
Oh yeah, he's.
He looks kind of soy. He doesn't have really a chin or jawline.
Nope.
And he looks like he's probably beat down regular. So yeah, it's a male feminist.
I think she's got bigger arms and she probably fucks.
Oh no, she's freaking dude. She's yoked compared to him.
She smacks the shit out of fucking little Fred Savage over there. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Within a few months, she had sent out 1,500 packs, including to Belgium, Germany, France, and the United States. Game shops have also shown interest, she said. You show me a game shop that's showing interest in that.
You show me a game player that's showing interest in that. I mean, yeah, sure. If you say, this is my feminist thing, you're going to have all these gender studies people buy it. Yep. So great. That puts those gender studies people who can't get a job to pay their college loans more in debt. So good on you. Now you've created economic disparity. Are you happy?
You're creating more of a wage gap.
Yeah, good job.
Just want to vote, they said.
Oh my God! You know what? And if you walk up to some stupid kid nowadays, you said, "You know what? We really need to stop women's suffrage." They would fricking agree with you.
Yep. They would not know women gained the right to vote in 1921.
Yeah, and that's what suffrage was. They wouldn't know that we education in this country, around the world, pretty stupid. We have slavery in the countries that you're supporting, people. Yep. China is the number one slaver. India is pretty close to number two, although it's a race for Pakistan and other, countries. But you know what? We still do business with these assholes. I'm sorry, I did it again.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Trust me, because we all feel the same way. No, it's kind of funny though, man. This is these genderless playing cards is just it's freaking it's cards, man. And like I said, what does this do to the Jack? Like the poor Jack is like the third man deep, and you never hear him complaining. Nobody considers the Jack's fucking feelings. But
so it's silver, gold, and bronze. So what the hell? That's weird.
Yeah, but if any of you ever played euchre?
What the fuck is that?
Okay, so that is a Michigan thing. All right, let me rephrase this then to more terms outside of my own state. Does anybody know how to play spades?
Sure, yeah, but you can't do that now.
That's the problematic game.
Euchre is a variation of spades where the jacks, depending on which suit, is called trump or the most. Oh, I don't want to say that name and trigger anybody.
So is it bridgish? Bridgish?
See, I've never played bridge.
Oh, well, great. So we're confusing the hell. Most of our audience is like, what the hell
what the fuck are they talking? I know. Nobody outside of Michigan knows. Maybe Wisconsin knows what the fuck euchre is.
Midwest people in the North where there's snow and shit, we do not know what you guys do at night. Don't want to know.
I stream and I smoke weed and play video games.
Well, clearly you're not doing euchre right now.
No, man, you need 4 people to play euchre.
I thought euchres were oppressed in China.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're talking about the dude that used to call the Brewers games. So what are you talking about, bro?
That was the Dodgers, wasn't it? Bob Uecker?
No. What?
Bob Uecker, wasn't he a Dodgers player?
No, and in the movies he calls the game for the Cleveland.
It was Cleveland.
Yeah, but in real life he's the Brewer. He was the Brewers announcer.
Why did I get Bob Uecker and Tommy Lasorda confused?
The boss is in here and correcting me right now.
Oh shit!
Hey, boss.
Hey, boss.
Everybody says hi. So yeah, all right, whatever.
Let's see. So this goes on.
She and the dog are more popular than me, and I have the damn channel. So what does that tell you? God.
I'm starting an OnlyFans for my cat. There's demand for an OnlyFans for Big Meech. So
no, man, they love pussy on OnlyFans. That's all I have to say.
Well, they're gonna get a load of it with him, 18 pounds worth.
Yeah, that's not that. I don't know if that's what they're looking for.
Fuck it. By hook or by crook, I'm gonna make that money. It is good.
My cat would make money on that.
See, I'm telling you, it is good that we can reflect on gender neutrality.
I was just calling Big Chuck.
Says Barrett Van Dottenberg, head of the Dutch Bridge Association, while playing with the new cards.
I'm improving your popularity right now.
Aww.
See.
It's so adorable.
That's my dude.
Nice.
Yeah, he's more popular than me. my stream numbers go up when
he looks better than you too.
He's looking at his mom right now. He's like, "Save me."
Help.
There you go.
It would be complicated to make a formal switch because that would require updating the rules. I wonder if it's worth it, but gender neutrality, I'm all for it. It's great that someone of this age has noticed this. It's a new generation. Oh, dear Lord. That hurt my fucking brain. Like
that, guys, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Silver and gold.
Oh,
silver and gold.
Dude, you brought Ords to the stream.
Ords is here?
Yeah, Yukon Bordelius.
Ords, what the fuck's going on, man?
Not much.
He should have showed up
when I was looking for gold in them air heels.
Looks like Yukon Cornelius there. What's up? You know what is funny? They were talking about those shows being offensive, like Rudolph and shit like that. Mm-hmm. And nobody has ever complained about Yukon Cornelius carrying a fucking heater on his hip during that show. Has anybody ever noticed that? He's strapped that whole show.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yukon is fucking strapped, man. He's got the clapper on his fucking hip.
They actually cut a whole section out of that where he's actually like the reason he throws the pickaxe up in the air and it lands and hits the ground is because he was looking for peppermint mines. But they cut that. That's like a deleted scene they cut out of it.
I love that one. I love that. I was like, yeah, man. I was like, fucking, they're complaining about Rudolph and all this shit. I'm like, Yukon's he's got a burner on his head, man. He's strapped up.
Yep.
He's not playing. He's out there with polar bears and fucking
and
shit.
Vomitables.
Yeah, the fucking abominable snowman.
I'm really impressed that you've used about 13 words that mean gun, and you still haven't gotten through them all.
I got more. I've got more. I can use stinger. I mean, we've got a throwaway.
What about a gat, yo?
Oh, I haven't even got to the sideways gats yet.
Turning it sideways is a kill shot.
I take my Legos and I turn their hands because all my Lego guys, I don't know if I've showed you guys pictures of Lego City on my kitchen counter. Like I have I'll take a picture. I'll send it to you guys after the show because I have like Tony's seen it. I've got a massive Lego setup on my fucking counter.
Nice.
All my Lego guys have guns, don't they?
Yes.
Every single
It's
one
beautiful.
of them is fucking
The crime
strapped.
rate. What's the crime rate in Lego City?
0, Holmes. There ain't no
Thank
crime
you.
on that bitch. There ain't no crime. There's fucking AT-ATs. There's walkers. Thanos is walking around in a Thanos mech suit with a gauntlet. You've got Bad Cop with a fucking silenced 9 just pointed out the window of his office. I mean, everybody's strapped up in Lego City.
Even Thanos knows half the motherfuckers are going to be pointing their guns at him.
I still think you solved the crime problem by having mandatory carry after 18.
I'm telling you. It'd be like that movie. What was that movie Hot Fuzz?
Oh, that's such a good movie.
That is a great fucking movie, man. We're going to jump in to our last topic of the night. We're going to talk about the new show on CBS, Clarice. That's right. That comes right after this.
Jesus Christ.
This is becoming very irritating.
We are right here on comicbook.com. I love that clip. That never gets old.
Holy copyright claim, Batman.
we should get Kai to replicate that.
He probably could.
His laugh is pretty much like Eddie Murphy's laugh.
Plus he's got a broom head.
Oh, is that Kai MFS?
Yeah.
I felt bad. I got to get back to him. He wanted to stream with me one Sunday, and I very rarely do any streams on Sunday. That's usually family time. Occasionally I'll make an appearance on. It's like Saturday and Sundays are very hit or miss for me. Because I stream every day. What's that, Tony?
Is this show in the Silence of the Lambs?
Yes.
Style? Do we need a fucking universe dedicated to cannibalism? Can we get a couple movies and do we need to fucking break out the Avengers?
Hey, Army Hammer would sign up for that right away, dude. So yeah,
I was just gonna say that. He's all about it.
Can I cut a piece of your skin off and make you cook it and watch you eat it? Shut the fuck up, Army Hammer, you fucking weirdo.
Just slather it on your dick like a never mind.
Oh God. What kind of fucking Fruit Loop is he? I mean, like, did playing the Lone Ranger really mess him up that bad? I mean, honestly, man. So this 2 Walking Dead alumni star in new CBS series Clarice. Words are hard, and I'm a little buzzed. Hello, Clarice. Clarice Starling, played by Rebecca Breeds. Yeah, this is, you can't mention Hannibal Lecter in this. So you've got Michael Cudlitz from The Walking Dead, who played Abraham, and then you've got Jane Atkinson, who played what was the character? Georgie in season 8. She's a benefactor. She comes from a larger community. She's the one that Maggie left with. Maggie Gyllenhaal, Lauren Cohan's character.
Yeah, but I have to ask a question.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like the name Abraham is cultural appropriation, and shouldn't they stop it?
It is. There are appropriating culture with that, and I don't think it's fair that they use that. I think they should stop. Damn you, Walking Dead. Well, they did kill the character off. I mean, Negan bashed his head in.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's that. But so yeah, let me do the thing here and control and do this right here.
Good job. You're getting it.
I'm getting it. I would probably remember this more to do it if it would be just second if I was like sober, but I'm not. So let's see. So FBI agent Clarice Starling is going to return. This is set in 93 Washington, where Starling pursues serial murderers and sexual predators like Kevin Spacey and Charlie Weinstein. With allies Sean Tripathi, Cal Penn. Oh, so Kumar. All right. And Tomas Esquivel, Luca de Oliveira, and Agent Clark, Nick Sandow. Well, that's an easy one to pronounce.
So did they get Jodie Foster to come back?
No, they did not.
Oh, well, so this is going to suck.
I know, right?
Am I the only one that thinks like Cal Penn would actually benefit from a good ass kicking? And I don't want any permanent harm, but I mean, I think it would help build some character to get his fucking face slammed into a doorknob or something.
Doesn't he get beat up in 24 in a season?
I've never watched 24 more. I don't think I've ever seen an episode of it.
No, I mean he needs to like get into it with Ezra Miller outside of a bar or something.
I got a question though. Is Ezra Miller wearing a dress at this point?
It's probably a genderless deck of cards.
Oh shit. That's celebrity deathmatch right there.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we know Cudlett's played Abraham. I mean, this is
interesting.
Do we really? Claire does not pursue the escaped Hannibal the cannibal, who won't be named for legal reasons, and is not a police procedural, according to. Oh yeah, this is a fucking Alex Kurtzman show.
So what's all the other parts of her life that weren't as interesting?
Basically, yeah, this will be her picking out like yogurt and pantsuits.
So one season and it's done.
I mean, like really, where can you take this show without the main character in the entire fucking, Hannibal Lecter, her main, I don't know. This is, it hurts. It hurts.
I hurt myself today.
I feel like it.
Yeah. No, look, it's bad. It was bad. I knew this was going to be bad. I've seen this coming for 17 months, 18 months now, maybe. What month are we? We're January still.
January.
17 months. So yeah, I've seen this coming for 17 months with the pre-production schedule and everything else. Even it was under a code name then, but I've seen stuff and I'm not excited about it. And look, here's the thing. CBS is just scrapping, trying to bring anything that they can, especially to a dying platform like CBS All Access.
I was gonna say that's just shit to bed because nobody wants it. Nobody wants to see Discovery.
No, Picard, Discovery, Upper Decker. Nobody wants an Upper Decker. Nobody wants an STD.
They don't want the lower dicks.
No, they don't want an STD. They don't want any of that stuff. And so it's really just never got off the ground. And so now they're rebranding it as Paramount Plus. That happens in February. And they're hoping on stuff like this and a couple other things that they've had in the works, but they're starting from like ground zero minus 150. I mean, they are not in good place with this idea. So we'll have to see. But this show sounds like complete dog pile, in my opinion.
I've never been a big Trekkie, but from what I understand, they took a show that's always been on broadcast TV. It's always been free to its audiences. And they shit all over it and then ate that, shit that out, and then put it behind a paywall. And now they're wondering why their platform's failing. And that's their feature, too. That's what they're hoping will sell the platform.
Didn't one of their actors just come out, too?
Oh, yeah. She's married to a man, but she's queer. It's the one that plays Tilly on there, the redhead chick. She's one of the science officers, I believe. I've only seen a couple episodes of Discovery. But
you know what? She is a cute-ish girl. Or used to be a decent actress. Here's the thing. You can actually go backwards in your quality of acting ability if you're on a piece of shit long enough. And unfortunately, she may have reached the apex of that hill and is on the way down, and that's not good. I mean, they're destroying their careers. I mean, if in the future some semblance of intelligence is restored in any of these studios, they will stop wasting money on things that won't make money and or garner interest. And at that point, you know, are you going to keep casting the same people that failed? I mean, because you're going to blame it on them and not your writers or producers, right? Or will you rightly blame it on the right people? But and here's the weirdest thing: they released one of their shows to the general public on free, like free, like you could see it for free and not on their behind their paywall, and nobody watched it. That's how bad the show sucked.
You know, what you said kind of reminds me of I used to deal craps. And
I thought you said crack.
That too. But how craps works is, I mean, the most experienced dealer at the table, because that's a team sport. You know, you're dealing with other dealers, and
yeah,
the most experienced there, I mean, that's as good as you're going to be. And if they're dealing a weak game, then it's going to be a weak game all around, and that's just how it is. And that kind of reminds me of what you're saying with these actors and their ability, and they're almost regressing in it.
Yeah.
And that starts at the top.
Yeah, the boxman needs to be good.
Yep.
Yeah, and craps is my favorite game in the casino. And it was a game my grandfather taught me when I was a wee young lad. And you know what? It stuck with me. And every time I've been to a casino especially with my dad, I mean, you know, he'll play he'll play the side with the house, and I will kick his ass. So yeah, because I am a crazy person. I place bets. I go bananas, and I do great. I love that game. But that's not why we're here. We're here to say Clarice is going to suck, and that's probably the truth.
Yeah.
Sorry, ETEP.
It's so bad.
No, you're all
Wasn't
good.
Hannibal good though?
Yes.
Yes.
The show was that
Was Hannibal good?
Matt,
I haven't
was it
seen
Matt-
it, but I
Matt-
heard good things.
What's his name? Mads Mikkelsen?
Yeah.
Was that it?
Yeah.
I watched probably, I think was it 3 seasons, something like that. I watched the first season. It was just one of those shows where I had scheduling conflicts, and I kind of fell out of it. But the first season, I mean, it was good. He played that role perfect. I was like, it's one of those ones that's like, damn, I'd like to go back now and watch it again. Because it was so good. I felt like I was like, damn it, you know, it was a good show.
39 episodes from 2013 through 2015.
Okay.
Three seasons.
Maybe we'll get something like Manhunt with this show. I doubt it, but because it's Kurtzman, but maybe.
You know, there's been so many shows like that, like the good ones, like that don't last. One show that really killed me, speaking of TV shows, and you know, we can pretty much all agree that this Clarice show is probably just going to be shite. Just shite. It's going to be bad. You don't have, like, you can't recreate what Hopkins and then Mickelson did. Again, it's not, and they can't do it for legal reasons. So
it's Jurassic Park without the dinosaurs.
That's it. You know, that's it. What do you really have without, you know, your main draw is nothing, you know. It's the NWO without Hogan, Nash, and Hall. It's Disco Inferno, Stevie Ray, and fucking, you know, Horace. It's just it's not a draw. You're not going to get, there's nothing to glean from it. But speaking of TV shows that got canceled too soon, do any of you remember Invasion? Used to air after Lost. It ran for 1 season on ABC.
Nope.
No. Damn, dude. Anybody in the chat, if you remember Invasion, let me pull up some. I'll pull some up on it. That one, and how about The River? That's another ABC show.
Nope.
No. Oh my God. These are. Invasion was cool. It was like this little town. What's his name? Eddie Cibrian, that was married to Leanne Rimes. He was a sheriff. And the guy that was the quarterback for the Guards team in the Longest Yard movie, he played the sheriff. And the one dude, the chubby dude with the curly hair from Tucker and Dale versus Evil, was in it. He played like the conspiracy theorist brother. And, you know, it was centered around a couple, you know, these two families. Eddie Cibrian and his wife divorced. She married, you know, the sheriff, who was the bad guy from Longest Yard. And something happened, and you know, they got like, there was an alien sighting, and these aliens start taking over people one by one, but they're not like making them evil. They're just basically creating like human hybrids, like they can breathe underwater and shit. It was really cool. And spoiler alert, you know, at the end of the first season, they're pushing all the remaining humans off the dock in this town, like a shipping yard, because they've assimilated enough people to overwhelm the townsfolk. So they're pushing them off into the water, which is how you change them to a hybrid. And it was so cool. And the series, you know, it ended at season 1 and that was it. And I was like, they never did anything else. And it was like, because the River was the same way. It kind of focused. It was a paranormal show. But man, those were 2 shows I loved because they were on after Lost. And I believe both of them were Bad Robot Productions. But I mean, they were actually pretty good shows. I dug them. It was like, I wish I could have got more seasons of them, but just, it wasn't to be, you know. Another one, has anybody ever seen the pirate show? It was like Black,
Black Sails.
With John Lithgow, or not John Lithgow.
No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
John Malkovich.
Yeah.
God, that show deserved a longer run.
Hey, look, here's the thing. Certain programs cost an awful lot of money, right? And you have
Terra Nova.
Yeah, you have to justify it. I mean, it's one of the reasons why Altered Carbon had a successful first series. The second series sucked. It didn't get it. The viewership dropped off. They saw it in real time. You know, once people got to the 3rd or 4th episode, they fell off in the viewership because the show didn't perform. But it's an incredibly expensive show. So that's why we didn't get a 3rd season of Altered Carbon. Well, now the streaming services are going to look at it and they're going to be incredibly pragmatic, even though shows were allowed time to succeed. Like they would have positive steps, they would regress a little, then they have a big positive step forward, kind of like TNG. Because the Next Generation, that's how it went with Star Trek. It progressed forward the first season, it built an audience. The second season regressed a little about halfway through. If that had been on a streaming platform, we never would have got a 3rd season. So it's just this is the thing. It's understanding your audience. Netflix ends shows before the end of their shelf life all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, even if the numbers are trending upward, there's a show they should have ended almost right away, and that would have been the show that everybody talks about, the kids that, you know, are in the 80s.
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I've never seen an episode of that.
It was really good, but it ebbed and flowed. So there was a point in time where this show is more expensive than it should be. It needs to ebb. It needs to get cut out. But we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of things out there in the world, but the people making business decisions right now, they cut back on shows that are making money, right? But at the same time, they will continue to produce things that are completely intersectional or crazy woke.
Batwoman.
Despite the fact that they make no money. Well, yeah. Well, freaking Berlanti. It is his self-identity. He doesn't have anything else in his life. He's, you know what? This is the truth. Nerdrotic will tell you. Gary will tell you. Everyone in Hollywood's a miserable bastard, even if they're a woman. They will portray an image of this happy, positive human being, and they're a miserable person. You know, not just to be around, but just in general. And, you know, they can't find joy. You can have hundreds of $millions in dollars and you can't find joy. You can't place it anymore. And it's because you focus too much on the superficial. The depth is never there. There's very few. And the ones that have depth, Gina Carano, there's a handful of them that they have depth, you know, and they may have the same leanings as other people, but you can tell they're not the miserable bastards. And most of them have been through a program, you know, because I see Zack Snyder down there.
Yeah.
But most of them have been through a program, you know, and that's, you know, that's how you get to know some of these people in Hollywood is they'll show up and you'll be like, why are you here in this building with all these wretches of humanity? Well, because they're in the same hole you are.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a weird place, you know, it just consider that when you think about it. But Berlanti cannot get out of his own way. Everything in his life's gay because that's what he identifies as. Everything in his life and everything about him and everything that is involved in anything that he ever makes, you know, since, I don't know, like 12 years ago, It's full of that. Anyway, I'm sorry. Damn it, I do this every time. I take
good, man. It's all good. Dropping some knowledge. It's all good. That's the one thing, though. It really killed me because I started reviewing one of my favorite new shows is Prodigal Son.
Yeah.
With Tom Payne and Michael Sheen. I fucking love that show. Yeah. That is a Berlanti Productions show. And I've been in my reviews, and it sucked because like I looked and I hashtagged it, and there was like 820 tweets in the last hour when I put my review out this morning. My video, they don't get views. It's like people don't want to hear me talk about the things that I like WandaVision. That video got no traction. My Prodigal Son reviews don't, but Batwoman gets views because I hate watch it, and people they like seeing me. My subscribers love seeing me suffer, and that's okay. I was just gonna say, but Prodigal Son is so good, and they started to sprinkle in these little bits of wokeness, and it's all anti-police stuff. Police don't like black people. And and I'm like, oh fuck, here it goes. I'm like, please don't, because the show is so good. The cast meshes so well.
So here's the thing. I mean, you walk in the door, and this happened with Flash.
Yep.
You walk in the door with a good idea, good storyline, people that can write it, and either they run out of ideas or they move on. Okay. And then your show changes because you then are getting people installed that, have a certain belief system. If you want a good show, the showrunner has to write it.
Yeah.
And you will know immediately if the show's bad, if the showrunner's writing it, if it's intersectional or woke. But if the showrunner writes the show, Jon Favreau, you're going to end up with something that's good because they're invested in it, right? But if your writers are involved and the showrunners are calling the shot, and even if there's a storyline, the showrunner is going to, step all over that. If they have some, they have an agenda, it's going to be reflected. And that's what happens. Yeah. The Berlanti joints, again, they may start out good because they got an idea from somebody else and brought them in, but from that point forward, you just expect them to decline. And the Flash is the best representation of that.
It is.
When they brought Supergirl over from the network and put them on to CW, I knew immediately that everything over there was going to hit the rock bottom. And
I watched the first season on CBS of that because I was like, I at that point I was just like, wow, she's hot. I'm gonna watch this, And then it's like it went over to CW, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just a cringe fest.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, and here's the thing. They had a great All American, right?
Yes.
A show that you could get involved in the first season, and then they kill it. It's like they will give you one season of somebody's good idea, and then they will step on its nuts. And then the second season they will grind him into powder, and the third season they'll cook him, and the fourth season they'll talk about how bad the nuts tasted. I mean, it's just awful.
Yeah, because All American that went all in on the wokeness too.
How much hate do you have in your heart? See, and that's the thing. These people don't realize because they talk about internalized racism and all those other bullshit terms, right? But in all honesty, it's just self-loathing, and they direct their self-loathing at everybody else through their storytelling. And a lot of people say projection, all this other stuff. It's very clear. I mean, it's written on your face. I know what kind of person you were because of the stories that you're telling me. Because that's all you wrap yourselves in. You can't write something that's not you. Yeah. That's the problem. Anyway, blah, 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 blah.
I was gonna ask Tony. Have you watched any of the Prodigal Son show at all?
No. I haven't seen it yet. But what you're saying, I'm kind of glad I didn't. That's why it's so hard for me to invest myself in anything anymore. Especially if I can't binge it right away. Because if it starts getting woke and, like you said, it's, I guess, the second season now where it started getting woke. I mean, I'd be pissed if I invested myself in that first season, bingeable or not. I mean, it's hard to invest in anything anymore because you never know when it's going to take that turn and just go right off the edge. And the storytelling gets weird, and it reminds me of like that alcoholic who always has that one beer too much, and it goes from being fun to getting weird real quick. That's what the storytelling does, and it loses me after that. It does. I mean, and I think it loses. Yeah. So dude, there's a show on CBS that's like that right now too. It's called Evil.
and Sal and I were talking about this last year.
Shame.
Evil is a kick-ass show. Michael Emerson's in it. It's got the dude that played Luke Cage is in it. He plays a priest. It's really fucking good. It's like this team of 3 people. You've got there's the lady's white. You've got obviously the black guy's the priest, and then there's like he's Middle Eastern, and he's like a scientist. She's the lady's a doctor. He's a fucking scientist. So like they go and investigate claims of possession and things like that for the church, because you have 3 different perspectives. And it's a really good show. And then you have Michael Emerson, who has been on Lost, Ben Linus. If any of your Lost fans out there, he was also in a show with Jim Caviezel. I can't remember the name of it though. But Michael Emerson plays a great villain, but he's kind of like the devil in this. We come to get, and he starts this thing. He's kind of recruiting guys to it, and he has this like weird looking, like kind of like closeted, like weird, just shut in white guy. And he's like, here he goes. He's a therapist, and he's like, here, you need to get in touch with these guys online, and their name is the fucking Incel Army. It's just like, holy fucking shit, dude. Like, oh my God. Like, and it got to where, and my wife, who doesn't pick this shit up or doesn't really pay attention to it, she was watching it, and I got into it, and I went back and caught up, and she was watching it one night when I was recording, and I come out, she goes, I don't know if you'll like this episode. I said, why? She goes, it's kind of woke. I'm like, what did you say? And she's explaining it to me, and I'm like, oh, like, and it's fucking sad because it's a good show. And that's it draws me back to Prodigal Son, because the cast, like I said, man, it's got Lou Diamond Phillips in it. It's got Lou Diamond fucking Phillips. It's a great show. But no, and like I said, you're starting to get this anti-police shit, and it centers around police officers. Tom Payne is a consultant to the high crimes unit run by Lieutenant Gil Arroyo, Captain Gil Arroyo, which is Lou Diamond Phillips, JT Tarmel, who's black, and Officer Danny Powell. She's a black woman, and so now it's one of they went to bail Tom Payne's character out. He was getting assaulted, so Powell and Tarmel are providing him backup, and JT is running up the stairs to Bright's apartment like the fire escape, and 3 white cops stop him at gunpoint. One of them puts his billy club against his neck, pins him against a wall, and tells him, stop fighting, boy. I'm like, and this is another cop, and he's like, I'm a cop. And they didn't believe him. And it's like, so now you have this underlying plot. And now like, well, and Danny says in a one-off line to Bright, they're sitting there talking in his apartment, having a drink. And she's like, well, the police hate black people. And it's like, come on, you're cops. Like, come on. Like, and I'm, like I said in my review, I said, I'm not saying that this type of shit doesn't happen. What I'm saying is we don't need it in escapist entertainment. We don't need it in fictional universes, even one it's sort of reality based because it's a show about serial killers, but still, why derail a good thing for the sake of a few woke items? Speaking of which, I want to acknowledge Cody, Goober Brothers Entertainment, my other co-host from Friday night. Congratulations, my brother, 505 and growing. Love you too, man. You'll be on Friday night with myself, Tony, and Greg Levitri of the Comic Book Gun Demon. I got to take this opportunity though. We got to end it. We got to take it home. It's that time. We've been going. We gave you guys a bonus half hour. I'm really buzzed. I'm going to let everybody say their outros. I'm going to start with my man, my co-host, my road dog, Mr. Tony Tone Deaf.
What's up, guys? Everything's cool. No, not much has changed since Monday. I just got some, iron in the fire right now, working on a couple ideas, and yeah, I'll have something out to you guys soon.
You better. We got a review. We got to do. We got to do that Flight of the Navigator and We're gonna watch Last Starfighter tomorrow night.
Great.
Yes,
movie.
and
yes,
it is. Congratulations on 500. By the way, I just want to officially say it on the air, man. Congratulations on 500.
Way to go, douche knuckle. It wasn't
congratulations.
I love you, man. Thanks, Tony. Thank you, sir. Let's kick it over to my man, the Phantom Menace Vampire.
Hey guys, I'm Angelus Draven. Like he said, I'm the Fandom Menace Vampire. You can check me out on my channel and over on the Gaming Lounge channel. This Tuesday, I'm going to be ordering my new computer, so that'll be coming soon. So I'll be able to up that production on my channel and show you what I'm made of.
Fuck yeah, dude! Congrats, that's awesome, man. What's your sub count right now? How you doing, man?
I'm at 215, I think.
Oh, you see, you're above that now. It's Let's get this cat up to 300 by what? I think we can get you to 300 by probably what, March? I would say, if not before that.
Maybe into February. I mean,
And,
yeah,
halfway through February.
If nobody sees him, yeah, definitely halfway.
Yeah, I am subscribed to Late Gaming Lounge, and you guys are streaming over there. What time tomorrow afternoon? Would you say 5
p.m. Eastern? Yes,
okay,
we'll be over there streaming.
I'll try to catch some of that while I'm cooking dinner, man. So thanks for coming on tonight, Dre. He was a late ad, man. Sal and Blurb had to leave, and Dre was in the chat, and he's always a great guest. So I figured we'll bring this Thundercat on.
I was raging in the chats about MCU.
It's easy to rage about the MCU.
Yes, it is. And those Dorset tones belong to Mr. Culture Casino, half of the Hair to Menace.
Well, hello, everyone, and thank you again for letting me come on your channel, ETEP, and celebrate 500 with you. It's always a big deal. I remember my 500 stream and celebrated heartily, so I'm glad to be here, and I really hope that your next 500 come very quickly. I would say 2.5 months. That's about the right number to go from 500 to 1,000. I think you can do it. Hey, guys, everybody out there in the chat, thanks for being here. We wouldn't be here without you. You can check out everybody on Rogue Entertainment very easily. Author Stephen Walton makes it simple. If you go to any of his videos, you can click on any of the links for anybody in the Rogue Entertainment group. You can also check out everybody in the Fourth Wave very, very easily by just paying attention to what the Fandom Collective does, because they are a channel not only on Twitter but also on Minds now, and they will be happy to inform you about everybody and everything that they're doing. And they do a great job, and so I have to say thank you to them for doing that. Beyond that, I'm going to be on the Gaming Lounge as well with my buddy Angela Straven and many others, including Runner, who was in the chat, Kai MFS, and the Atlantean, many, many more. If you want to know what we think about video games, tabletop games, board games, card games, you name it, come and join us. We're going to start talking about everything. We are producing content on our own channel now. The Gaming Lounge channel exists, so check it out, guys. Other than that, everybody have a great night. Thanks for having me again, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for coming on, Culture. I appreciate it, brother. Always nice to have you on as a guest. I'm Etep Okui, and I'm the man here at the Place to Be Reviews, the Fandom Menace People's Champion, as it were. And yeah, proud member of the Fandom Collective creative team. And yeah, that's it, man. We try to promote everybody, get everybody's stuff out there. It's about the content creators. We're a hell of a network, and everybody rises together, man. That's it. It's we rise up as a community and hail the fourth wave of the Fandom Menace. I'm proud to be a member of that. Proud as hell to put that little wait, where's it? Let me right there. The little Rogue Entertainment logo up in the corner of the screen here. I had to pie it and look at it. Right there we go. But yeah, man, it is a pleasure, man, to be part of the Fandom Menace. And just represent an awesome group of creators. And like I said, tomorrow I will have just a regular, normal, probably point and shoot pop culture news type video up. WandaVision review will be Saturday morning. Friday night, you will get Fandom Menace Friday Night Live. You can start your Fandom Menace Friday night right here on the Place to Be Reviews for an hour to an hour and a half with myself, my co-host Tony Tonedepp, Commander Cody from Gruber Brothers Entertainment, our guest Greg Levitri of the Indiegogo Project comic book Gun Demon, and we'll have a link to that in the description to that video. Saturday night, I'm supposed to not have my son, so that means it's date night for me and the wife, Mrs. Wokuian. So we have dinner reservations, and I don't plan on being able to drive home, so I won't be doing anything Saturday night. But you're going to get the WandaVision review Saturday morning, and Sunday I will probably not do anything because I have to write and prepare all day for the Batwoman episode Sunday evening. And that's going to hurt my soul. Yeah, it's going to hurt my soul. So you guys, thank you to all the subscribers, everybody in the chat, man. You guys got me to 500. Like I said, this channel's been around for just a shade under 2 years now. And damn, man, it all started with this Galaxy S8 in my my freaking futon in here, talking about wrestling and Walking Dead and some MCU stuff. But yeah, it's been fun. It's a hell of a ride, and there's a lot more to come, man. So thank you, everybody. I don't say me, I say we, because we built this thing together. Everybody that's ever stepped on the podcast or any of the live streams, yeah, thank you guys. I do appreciate it. So with that being said, I am Etepo Queen of the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of yous, and remember, if I don't see you, have a great day and a pleasant tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out like feelings and high top fades.